Hey guys, can you guys hear me okay? I have an electric fan running to the side of me. It's coming in from the side. Do you guys hear any wind blowing or something? Because I can't really tell if it's causing any sound artifacts, any kind of sounds that I don't want in my audio. Not at all? Okay. All right, that's great. That is great. So how y'all doing? Love Skinny Name. No, we don't have a fixed schedule, unfortunately. I really wish we did, but we just don't. But I stream as often as I can. So I think you're pink. Oh, you like this Pink Panther shirt? No. I've had these headphones for a while. I just haven't really been using them. But I noticed while I was watching back at one of our previous streams, one of our rather recent previous streams, and I've noticed the sound from my earphones or my headphones. Remember how I used to have those cheap-looking headphones? Although these kind of look funny. But the previous headphones that I had, the problem that I was noticing in the sounds as I was watching back at the streams was that the sound was leaking out of the headphones and leaking back into the mic, which I just could not... Wait, hold on a second. Damn, that fan is making a lot of noise. Hold on a second. All right. Hello. How's everybody doing tonight? 컨디션이요? I'm feeling throughout most of the day today I wasn't feeling that good actually, but I'm feeling much better now. I am feeling much better now. Thanks for asking. How are you doing? How are you feeling today? Do you have someone you can talk to in English like regularly? No, just you guys. That's it. Just you guys and on Discord with some of the members on Discord. Did you get a new mic? Oh no, this is a mic that I've been using for probably like a year now. I just haven't been using them in my streams. Did you decide to keep streaming on YouTube? Well, for now. Sure, for now, because we haven't really been having a lot of network issues lately, so you really enjoy the inside. Yeah. It was, yeah, we hadn't been there in quite some time, in at least a year, I feel like. It was the first time in a very, very long time, it felt like. And we love it there, especially Amber. Amber really loves it in Insado. And so we had a really good time there. Do you guys go there a lot? Good evening, Sam. Have you had dinner? Yes, I did have dinner. We're having dinner. Okay, your headphones are reminding me of a Korean singer. I think I know which one you're talking about. I don't remember her name, but someone brought it up the last time I wore these headphones. You just talked to your English friend, okay? I'm really stoked. Yeah, exactly. Doesn't it hurt your ears after wearing that big headphone for so long? We'll find out. I guess we'll find out. I don't really remember what happened last time I wore these headphones. This is not the first time wearing these headphones. I've worn these before. We'll see how it turns out. You got braces today. Okay, I've started my journey with it. All right. So how long do you have to keep those braces on? I've never had braces in my entire life. I'm just bangsuni, so you're okay. So you're eating some bread. All right. Okay. Is that your dinner? Network issue is not a big deal. It's not a big deal. All right. You like the mic boom? It's so primitive, isn't it? It's so primitive. Oh man. Or maybe that is part of the appeal, maybe. Hey, Sean. Hey, it's been a while. We haven't seen you in a really long time, Sean and Kate. Or, yeah, or at least, I don't think so. Welcome back. How have you been? Yeah, joy to see you too. Did y'all, it's a Tuesday, right? Did everybody have a good weekend? I wanted to stream yesterday. I really wanted to, but I couldn't get back home in time. So, missed my chance. Have you ever been to other countries except for the US? Yes, I have been to Japan and Ireland. I've been to Japan twice. I was in Ireland for about a week. Ireland was my real, it was the only time I actually traveled overseas by myself. And that was kind of the point of that trip. No other reason. You don't? Okay. Sam, you're really smart. I think you remember most of the things. Nah, not most of the things. You don't mind people gather around Amber and touch her? I've never raised dogs, and I was a little worried she could be panda. Oh, no, she just loves it. She loves people. And I was telling the other guys on Discord earlier about this, but I think Amber would have made a really great therapy dog. You know what therapy dogs are, right? I think she would have made a very good therapy dog. I didn't realize this until very recently, but if I had known about this earlier, I might have looked into it. But I believe she would have made a great therapy dog. She just loves people. The more, the better. Doesn't matter how many people there are touching her. She just loves it. And all she really does, is just sit there and smile. That's it. Oh no, she's actually quite small, considering her breed, because or at least I believe she's a golden retriever, and considering that, she's quite small actually. Like just by her weight, you can instantly tell that she's a lot smaller than other retrievers, because she's only like 24 kilograms. Most adult retrievers, they're like between 40 and 45. Some are even heavier. But she's only like 24, 25. She's never been above 25, so she's a really small for a retriever. I saw the video about a few years ago. It's about sightseeing. Yeah, I guess I was there. I guess, yeah, it wasn't my first time putting up a video of me walking around in Sadong. My headphones. Well, I actually prefer my other headphones because they are, they're really cheap looking headphones, and they don't cover my entire ear, or they just sit lightly on my ears, right? It's like the old school headphones that people used to use with their Walkman. And I just like the aesthetics, and the functionality was good too, but the only issue was that the sound was leaking out of the headphones and going and feeding back into the mic, which is kind of unacceptable if you think about it. So I decided not to use it. I tried using earphones in my previous stream, and I'm using this now. We'll see how it goes. I'll probably settle for a pair of earphones, not headphones, because especially when it gets hot, and when summer comes and it gets hot and humid, I'll probably not be able to wear these for hours throughout the stream. So, was the Irish accent hard to understand? No, actually, it kind of depends. It kind of depends on, because some people, their accents tend to get really strong, but a lot of the younger people, their accents are not so strong. And so, but overall, it was okay. It wasn't so bad. Oh, my mistake. A few days ago, I didn't know you live in Seoul. Oh, I actually don't. I don't live in Seoul. Oh, a few days ago, not a few years ago. Okay. My brace is going to last 2 years, and the dentist said it could be shorter if it be well fitted. Oh, Okay, all right. So depending on how the adjustment goes, but about a year. No, about 2 years. Yikes, that's a pretty long time. It feels awkward, yeah? It feels awkward in your mouth because now you have something that wasn't there before, and it's your teeth. It's one of the most intimate parts of your body, right? It's so you do so much, you do so many things with it. You drink, you eat, you taste, you talk, you rip things with your mouth, right? And so you do so many things with your teeth. And I'm sure having braces all of a sudden, it's your first time, right? First time having braces. It's got to be really awkward. I was surprised you couldn't find snacks for dogs at the CVS. I know, right? Dog foods are a huge market. I know, yeah. I was really surprised. But I think I don't know. Maybe it's just that I couldn't find it. That's not the only convenience store that I know is in Insadong. There's another convenience store that I normally go to, but it was just far away by the time I was looking for one. And so, yeah, that particular convenience store didn't have any dog food for some reason. But I eventually ended up getting a pack of bananas from another convenience store. If that convenience store had bananas, I might have picked them up. But so I found, I bought a pack of bananas at another convenience store, and I ended up feeding Amber bananas for a snack. Bananas actually make for great snacks for dogs, so as long as you don't feed them too much. Good evening, Kim Tony. Welcome back. It's nice to have you again. How you doing, man? I felt someone's English sounds more clear and easy to understand like you. Do you understand it's because of clearness or someone's pronunciation? It could be a number of different things. Because I don't really consider myself 100% native speaker, although I try my best to be, but I'm really not. And so, a number of things could be a factor. I think one of the biggest factors is probably because a lot of you spend a lot of time listening to me. You watch a lot of my videos and you attend a lot of these streams. So you probably have become quite familiar with my intonation, my accent overall, and my pronunciation. I think that's a huge factor. Another factor is probably because I have a very standard accent, and my pronunciation is pretty standard if you think about it. And another thing is probably, and this is probably more of a factor than I think it is, but it's probably because I am aware that I'm speaking to a bunch of people who have a hard time listening to and understanding English, whose English is not their first language. And so I probably, without even noticing it myself, I probably speak a little more clear than I have to. So that could be it. I think that's probably a bigger factor than I think it is. So a number of different factors at play, probably. How are you doing? I'm doing okay. Anytime I'm streaming is a good day. Any day that I stream is a good day. I'm doing good. Thank you for your consideration. Oh, what consideration? What consideration did I exhibit? What's the difference between snap it back in and put it back in? Well, when you put something back into its original state and it makes a snap, then I guess it's snapping it back in. Putting it back in is basically just putting something back in its original location or position. But snapping something back in, I guess it makes a snap because the word snap, it represents the sound that it makes. So I guess that's what it is. Depends on what you're talking about, I guess. Okay, so now one of the reasons I started the stream kind of early today is because I wanted to find out how these headphones would work and how it would feel during the stream. And one thing that I'm noticing and is becoming more and more annoying right now is that every time I touch and move this cable here, I can actually hear it through the earpiece, which is kind of getting annoying. It's like this really rattly and scratchy noise that I hear. I'm gonna have to find a way to somehow position it in a way that doesn't move around too much. Okay, maybe this will do the job. Keep the cable in front of me somehow. I'm running it under my keyboard and out through the back so I could keep it fixed in place. You guys don't hear that, right? You guys don't hear the cable moving around. Okay, this might work. This might actually work. I might have to use a different keyboard. One that has some space underneath. Okay, I think this might work. Okay. Happy Youngnim, you feel very gloomy today. Why is that? Do you know why at least? Do you at least know why, or you have no idea why? The color of your new headphones really goes well with you and your red cap. Wow, thanks. Yeah, I see what you mean now because of the red and the white, the color palette. Yeah, I didn't even realize it was a match with my hat. That's pretty cool. All right, maybe it was meant to be. Maybe I was meant to wear these headphones today. How do I sound, though? Do I sound loud enough, guys? Because I'm using a different mic from what I was using the last time we streamed. I did run a few tests, but I didn't really do a thorough one. So I sound okay. I sound loud enough, loud and clear enough. You guys don't hear any hissing or any strange artifacts? No? Oh, because it's the material that I think this material is really cheap. These headphones were really cheap, although they sound a lot better than they should considering the price. But it's because of the material. It's like really light plastic, and this earpiece here, it's like completely empty inside. I'm sure there's some electronic parts inside, but it's mostly very empty. And this cable it's a lot tougher and heavier than it looks. And so when I touch it, I think there are probably the vibration the vibration gets sent over to the earpiece, and it kind of rings through all throughout that empty space. That's probably why I'm hearing all that sound. So same as previous one. Okay, all right. Not loud? Okay, sounds good. All right. Okay. All right. So we've got a dialogue. We're going to do a dialogue today. I should probably bring it up. There it is. Ooh, it's pretty long. One of the biggest downsides of these headphones is that I can barely hear myself. The sound isolation is actually pretty good, and I also have music playing in the background, so I can't really hear myself very well. It's very I could hear myself obviously, but it's very muffled. And so you know how deaf people can't speak? It's not, of course it's not that bad, but I have to intentionally try to speak at a lower volume, because if I don't pay attention to that, my voice is probably going to go up really high just so I can hear myself. Your Pink Panther t-shirt is so cute. Pink Panther's my favorite. Really? It's your favorite animation character? Wow. It's I never imagined that the Pink Panther character could be someone's favorite animation character. I don't think I've ever even watched a single episode of the Pink Panther. It never really occurred to me that the Pink Panther animation was a television series, but it was, right? I mean, it had to be. I saw the video you played two people and debated. Okay. I didn't notice that two people were you until someone told that. It was so touching. Okay. I'm planning to do more of that in the future. I just need to get in the right headspace to do that. I don't really know I guess it's just a lot of work. The fact that I have to be there during the nighttime because I can't record that video during the day. I have to have no light outside. So it has to be sometime after hours, which means I'll be returning home around 2 or 3 in the morning. And editing is it's just a huge deal. When I pronounce R and L sounds in English and listen to the recording, it sounds like 혀 짧은 소리. Can you give me some advice? I need to hear it. I can't give you any advice because I don't know exactly how you are making the sounds. If I can hear it, that would be great. Yeah. It's kind of meaningless for me to give you any feedback when I don't even know how you sound. So, I've cut my hair by myself for a couple of years than I did yesterday. It looks so funny this time. Oh, you have pretty short hair, right, NJ? Okay. So how do you do it? I kind of wish there was like a DIY haircut kit. I know that they have certain ones and I've looked them up, but they don't really look. It's just some like a pair of scissors, maybe a clipper and some mirrors, like a 3-sided mirror. What I'm talking about is some kind of a headpiece that you can actually wear on your head, and like whatever hair that sticks out, you can just clip it with a clipper. That would be so convenient, But they don't have those. Maybe I should make one. You must feel like you become an hearing impaired old man because of your... I know, yeah. I'm guessing this is kind of what it sounds like when you start losing your hearing. Hopefully that never happens to me or any one of you guys, but I'm guessing this is kind of what it feels like. I have a clear clipper and tinting. I don't know what tinting is. Scissors. Xiaomi clipper is quite nice. Oh, really? Okay. Wow, they make all kinds of stuff, don't they? They make clippers. Xiaomi. Well, they have like scales, so I guess there's no reason for them not to get into like the home appliance markets as well. You guys can't hear the music coming through my headphones, right? I mean, I can hear the music quite loud right now. You can't hear the music. It's not leaking out of my headphones, right? I certainly hope it's not. Wait, although you guys are listening to the same music that I am, so I guess you wouldn't really know. Ichani, I'm working at a foreign company, so I need to use business English. How can I study both conversational and business English? I don't think you should consider it studying. I think you should just consider just doing it. Learn as you do it. And just, listen to a lot of it. I'm sure you can easily find a lot of content online. And I don't really believe in business English. Cuz think about it. Is there such thing as business Korean? No. Like the way I look at it, if you want to communicate effectively, right? Even if it's a work environment, even in a business setting, you just have to be really good at the language. Don't you think so? I don't think there's a separate category that we can call business English. I mean, we do that because it's, it makes it easier for people to label their product and sell it to people like you, right? But I don't really believe in that. So what I'm trying to say is, if I were learning another language and I needed to use it for work, I wouldn't really look for a separate category like business Japanese or business Chinese. I wouldn't really look for that. I would just try to be as good as I can with that language. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but that's how I look at it. And So I really don't have a good recommendation, except for just, try to get good at the language as much as you can and as fast as you can. Very affordable, like around 40,000. Oh, okay. I see. 수치는 scissors. Yeah, I don't really know what those are called, but okay. Scissors. I feel like I'm missing something today. Oh, and I was kind of curious about what we were going to do this Friday. What do you think, guys? Like, I'm not even sure if we're going to stream on Friday, but I want to kind of mix things up a little bit. I want to have some form of diversity in terms of what I do during the streams, because like most of the time, we focus on a dialogue or we focus on a list of expressions, which is why last week we actually experimented by playing a game. And I think I'm going to continue doing that for the next couple of streams on Fridays. If I stream on Fridays, I'm considering playing a game that involves using English, of course, so that, we don't steer too far away from what we should be focusing on. And but the thing that I wanted to ask you guys was, do you think we should play the same game that we played last week or a different game? I'm thinking a different game would be better, but that's just me. How do you guys feel about it? 쪽지 시험? I guess you could just call it a quiz. A quiz. Like a quiz. Midterm exam, final 가벼운 학점 반영. Yeah, just a quiz. Yeah, quiz. Pop quiz. Sounds good. You mean trying a different game? Different one? You don't like Mike? Oh, I was almost finished? Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I mean, if it's true that we were almost done, I guess it wouldn't really hurt to go back to where we left off last time and finish it off before we move on to the next one. Well, actually, I think that was the appeal. And I don't know if you guys looked into it, but the game we played last week, it's one of a 4-part series. As far as I understand, it's one of a 4-part series. And so the stories don't connect, obviously. I mean, the stories don't connect. They're not related. But it's from the same company that made 4 episodes, and that was one of the episodes. They have 4, is it 4? Maybe it's 5, I'm not really sure, but they have 4 or 5 episodes all telling different stories, but in a similar, of course it's going to be in a similar aesthetics. It's going to have similar type of graphics and similar vibe to all of their games. I do kind of enjoy how they created the game, how the game feels, and how the game plays. I do kind of appreciate what they did. It definitely does have a very vintage vibe, and that's kind of what I like about it. Okay, back around 10. All right. I wonder how streamers usually deal with this muffled sound of their own voice, like, because it gets really stifling. It smells so nice walking around the neighborhood these days. It smells flowery. I don't know if it's just for my neighborhood. No, it's yeah, no, I definitely know what you're talking about. It's just so nice and so pleasant out there. It's I mean, I almost feel bad streaming right now because I think it would be so much better for everyone here to just be out and just, go out for a walk. Enjoy the weather, because we don't get this kind of weather very often throughout the year, right? Aha, I see. Hey, don't spoil it. I haven't played it yet. Don't spoil it. That's one of the things that I was most curious about. Like, what the hell happened to Nora? Why isn't she even texting or calling? Like, what the heck? You're out walking right now. That's great. Okay. Good for you. You should be. Everyone should be, actually. Starting to feel bad for myself. Must be the greenest season of the year. Yeah. It's like it's not too hot, not too cold. I'd go as far as to say that it's actually perfect. This is like the perfect kind of weather to be out, to spend time out. And you guys all know that we don't really get a lot of those days anymore, We don't have a lot of these days. A lot of days like this throughout the year. You think Nora is dead? Whoa, okay. Huh, that's an interesting take. It was kind of spooky, so I got really involved in the game. Yeah, I think the game had just the right amount of creepiness, because it's not like all out horror, but not a lot happens. And I really like the way that it made me do these very, very minuscule tasks, like loading a luggage onto the back of a truck, or stocking the refrigerator with groceries and stuff like that. Like, things that you would normally say, like, why is this game making me do this? And I kind of appreciated that, because you don't really get to do a lot of that in a game. And so that was, I don't know, I thought that was kind of entertaining. The game that I'm talking about is called, let me see if I can remember it. It's Fears of Fathom. It's a 4-part. The game has 4 episodes or 5 episodes, and we played one of them last week, and we might play another one this week. We might go back to the one we were playing last week and finish it off before we move on to the next one, or we might just move on to a next one. I'm not really sure. I haven't made up my mind yet. You hurt. You got hurt? Since I have seen a lot of videos related to English speaking, many of them said exposure by English atmosphere is very important. How much or how often do I expose by that atmosphere? I can't imagine. As much as you can. It doesn't really matter what is the right amount. And, there is no such thing. There is no such thing. And it's kind of meaningless to try to determine what the appropriate amount is. You just do it as much as you can. Don't overthink it. Don't be so, don't try to overanalyze the strategy. Summer is just around the corner. We should enjoy the end of the spring. Yes, exactly. Yep. Tonight, probably not. I have a lot of editing to do, so it's amazing how I can walk and watch your live stream at the same time. You can try live while walking too. I might try that. Yeah, that would be kind of interesting. Although it would be very, very difficult to communicate with you guys as I am doing now, because I would have to keep my eyes and ears open to my surroundings, right? And so, yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna do that. I guess I'm not that much of a pro yet. You actually enjoyed it? Yeah, it was kind of new, right? It's not the kind of game that you normally watch people play. It's not your typical game, that's for sure. It's not your typical game. How about GTA for next streaming? Yeah, but I don't know. GTA is just so well known, and it's just so polished, and I don't know. There's a certain amount of it's really hard to explain, but there's something about playing a game that is it's not like a AAA game, but it's more like from like an indie company. And there's something about those games that have like an appeal to them. They certainly have their own appeal. And that's the kind that I enjoy, actually. It would be so fun if there's something we can play all together. I know, right? That would be kind of fun. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense, actually. What is a game that you can play with like 20, 30 people at the same time? I'm so scared how much scorching and muggy it is in this summer. It's getting hotter and hotter every year. That's right. That is right. Yep. I guess it'll depend on how much rain we will get. According to the weather forecast, the hot weather is going to continue until November. Believe what? No, I don't believe that. No. The last time they said something like that, it didn't come to fruition. It didn't happen the way they forecasted the last time I heard something like that. The last time I heard something like that was, oh, this winter is going to be colder than any other winter. No. It was so much warmer than other winters. So I'm just going to wait and find out for myself. I can't play this kind of game alone, but it was okay when we played it together. I don't even know what GTA is. It sounds like you have played that before. I've played it for like maybe like an hour or two. I tried it. It's a really well-made game. It's a AAA game. Millions of players around the world. It's just and has so many mods, so many ways you can play the game, but it's more focused on. See, the reason I chose Fears of Fathom for our game stream last Friday was because there was a lot of interaction with the characters in the game. It wasn't just me going around and doing stuff, right? And that's how most games are. You just go around, you do stuff, you blow stuff up, you shoot people, and, you steal something, and you collect items and you do stuff, right? But in the game that we played last week, it was mostly about interaction. There was a lot of dialogue, as you saw, and so that's kind of why I chose that game to play with you guys on stream. And I think it kind of worked out better than I do think it worked out better than I expected. I didn't think it would be so entertaining. I'd like to see you play a horror game. Like a full-on horror game? Like Doom or something like that? I mean, there are like really hardcore horror games out there. If you'd like me to, I'd be more than happy to try it. Hangari game? I don't even know what that is. I'm sad that my friend doesn't recognize my feelings for her. Okay, so wait. In your sentence, your friend is her. Same person? I don't care for her. What? But she doesn't seem to mind at all or pretend to ignore. Oh, you care for her. Okay. Like in a romantic way or just like, as a friend? Like, so you care for your friend. Do you have romantic feelings for her and she doesn't notice it? Or maybe you should be more straightforward. Yeah, you should probably be more straightforward. There is a omok that everyone can play together by voting. Yeah, today's weather makes me wear a t-shirt. Yeah, I was out all day today with just short, like this t-shirt and a pair of shorts. And it was perfectly fine. I spent all morning with my family outside with my dogs, and then right up until I came back home and got ready for the stream. I had a doctor's appointment in Seoul, near Jamsil, and so I was there for several hours. had dinner there, and I just got back, and oh man, it was really nice to be out today. Very, very nice. Metaverse. Interesting. See, like, if I were to play Minecraft on stream, I mean, you would just watch me do stuff. Like, there's barely any interaction. No dialogue in the game, right? So, where do I live now? If you're asking me, I live in 경기도 광주시. How about you? Where do you live? As a friend. Oh, okay, okay. So you have you care for your friend, but she doesn't know. Does that mean like she doesn't appreciate it? You don't feel like she appreciates your support for her, or she ignores it? She pretends like she doesn't know? I see what you mean. Well, if I were you and I was really upset about that, I would probably just tell her. That's probably what I would do. I know sometimes that's really hard, depending on, the situation, but that's probably what I will do. 선생님, 입소문이 나다 영어로 뭐라고 하나요? Well, if you're really looking for the most best matching expression, there is an expression, word of mouth, through word of mouth. Through word of mouth. When you say that, it means 입소문으로 어떻게 퍼지다 되다. So, that place became popular or famous through word of mouth. You could say that, but there are many ways you can. There are many ways you can say that. There are many ways. I wonder how many times do you walk your dog outside a day? Oh, just once. Just once. And sometimes we take them out twice a day, but we don't do that very often. It's usually just once a day. Teacher's Day is coming up. Is it? Well, when is it? Teacher's Day is in May? A huge applause and great things. Oh, that's so nice of you. Thank you. Thank you in advance. Yeah, so like when you're talking about like like a video, or when you're talking about anything that's happens online, going viral can be, but then going viral isn't exactly 입소문, right? It's kind of different. So no, 입소문 and gossip is kind of different. Oh, Teacher's Day is the 15th. It's the day after tomorrow. Okay. That's what day is it? So today's Tuesday. Thursday is Teacher's Day. I'll make sure to stream on Thursday. And you know why? It's time for me to reap what I sow, right? Reap what I sow. I'm sure a lot of you will be busy that day, right? I'm sure a lot of you will be busy that day. All right, we still have about half an hour left before we get into the main part of the stream. So whatever you guys need to do, go do it now. I still haven't cleaned my room, by the way. I really wanted to do that. Like, I think I've wanted to do that for several days now. I don't know why it's taking so long. I guess, I'm the kind of person who really needs to work up my courage to do something like cleaning up my room. It's been so messy for the past week, I think. Ugh. Carnations? Nah, I'm not really a flower kind of guy. I don't like things that turn into trash in a matter of days. You know what I mean? Oh, really? Is everybody else getting a lot of buffering tonight? Christine Han is experiencing a lot of buffering. Anybody else? Is everybody else experiencing buffering too? Or maybe just Christine? Is the move-in date determined? The move-in date? What move-in date? The move-in date. Yes? What if the thing I had to do is drink beer? Can't wait. Not at all. No buffering here. Not for me. Never. Okay, on my end. Oh, okay. All right. Not at all. Where's the best place you traveled? Well, you know, I haven't really done a lot of traveling. I've probably done a lot less traveling than anybody here. Mostly because I spent, well, you know, there's no reason in explaining that. No point in explaining that. But among the places that I've been to, I guess Japan was my favorite. Move out and into another platform. Well, it depends. It depends how YouTube treats us. You know, I'm gonna be streaming as much as I can, as often as I can on YouTube for the next, for the foreseeable future until YouTube decides to give up on us in terms of network stability. If YouTube starts giving us really crappy YouTube stability, then we might as well move on to another platform because there is an alternative, and I'm already all set up there. All I have to do is just press a few buttons, and we can be streaming on a different platform, which supposedly has better stability in terms of network. But some of the people have been telling me that it's more or less the same. I mean, they have good days and they have bad days, and I guess that's kind of true. I guess it's reasonable to assume that it's pretty much the same on all platforms. They have good days and bad days. I was just thinking that, I don't know, it seemed to me, like the past several streams, it seemed to me that YouTube was struggling for some reason in terms of network stability, and that's what I thought. What I thought was going to happen. I thought it was going to stay that way for a while, but these past few streams, including this one right now, it's been okay. So let's see how it goes. I am wasted almost today. You mean you wasted almost an entire day today? Is that what you're saying? Buffering? Oh, are you getting buffering? All right, Sam, what surprised you today? What surprised me today? The amount of people at the hospital, because in my experience, the hospital that I go to every month, once every month, the people, there's usually less people there in the afternoon. So I started scheduling my appointments in the afternoon, like late in the afternoon around 3, which was what I did today. So my appointment was at 3:20 today. But today there were so many people. It was insane. And we barely found a parking space, and there was just so many people in the hospital. It was like, yeah, it was that kind of surprised me. I go, well, why do you have that's a weird question though. Like, what surprised you today? I guess that's one thing that surprised me. What about you? What surprised you today, Moto? What made me like Japan? Well, the place is just so clean, and the people are really nice. It doesn't really take a lot to impress me. It really doesn't take a lot to impress me. So good people, when the people are nice, and the streets are clean, and the food is good, then I'm happy. 내 맘 같지 않다. 뭐라고 해놔요? So, what's the situation? What's the situation? Because depending on the situation, there may be a really good expression. So remember, we should never focus too much on the words and on the sentence. We have to always begin with the context and the situation. So what's the situation? 영어 학원에서 영어 가르치는데 애들이 못 따라오는 경우는요? What do you mean? Like, what should you do? Are you asking how you should deal with it? The reason why I asked you, because that topic was my speaking topic today. That's such a weird topic. That is such a weird topic because, like, you would never actually ask anybody that, right? Oh man, what a lazy question. What a horrible way to make small talk. What surprised you today? Oh, I feel bad for you, Moto. Like, isn't that that's such an awkward question, right? Things are not always as I expected. Well, it depends on the situation. What do you do in your free time? I spend time with my family. How about you? What do you do in your free time? 오지랖이다. They should mind their own business. Sure, yeah. They should. 오지랖이다. Okay, that's kind of an emotional statement, right? I would just say, they should mind their own fucking business. That's what I would say. If you're talking about someone who is, let's say, a guy, right? It's like that guy should learn to mind his own fucking business. That's what I would say. I don't know. Someone was asking before. I think it was Happy 형님. Could you give us a context, like the situation? Nosy? Yeah. Depends. Sorry to hear about the buffering, Christine. I really don't know what to say. Everything looks good on my part. And the majority of our viewers seem to be, doesn't seem to be having much of a problem. So I'm just going to keep things the way they are. Yeah, maybe come back later. Maybe things will smooth out a bit. If I memorize all the sentences in 발음쌤의 라이브 영어요, will I be able to speak English more naturally? No. 왜냐고요? Because you're not a computer. Just because you memorize all the sentences doesn't mean you can say all the sentences. That's like saying if you memorize all the melodies and all the lyrics of a song, you can sing it like a professional singer. That's not how it works. See, what what you're saying, the way your perspective right now is you're viewing actual English speaking skills like studying for a test. When you're studying for a test, yes, if you memorize everything, if you memorize all the right things, you can score really well on a test. But actually using a language in real life, it's not like a test. Just because you have it here, it doesn't mean you can use it well. It's completely different. You're not a computer. Okay? The weather is good these days. I feel better than before. That's great. That's great, Lee. That's great. It's good to hear. Yes. It's been really great these past few days, right? It's been really great. Sam, what are you thinking about memorizing the sentence in the whole book for children to improve the English speaking? Okay, so memorizing, memorizing and actual speech, they're completely different things. They're completely different things. Just because you memorize something, it doesn't mean you can just be good at speaking. It doesn't work like that. Think about it. So, like, think about like a physics professor, right? If a physics professor who has all the knowledge of everything there is to know about physics, can they ride a bicycle better than any professional? No, it doesn't work like that. You can't depend on knowledge to do something you have to do physically. It doesn't work like that. Are you a good cook, sir? Do you usually have dinner at home or go out for dinner or order something? I usually do what I want to do that day, and it's different every time. I don't have a preference, like, and I think everybody is the same in that regard. Like, nobody really has a preference what they want to do usually. It's different. That's why they're human, right? So, but as for your question, are you a good cook? No, I'm not a good cook. I can't cook I can't cook anything. Yeah. 회사에서 the bottom line, 사용했다고요? You used it or someone else? I don't understand. If you used it, then you should know what it means. You don't know what it means? Or you heard someone say that? What's the situation? Yeah, basically this is what it means. Speak the bottom line? No. Usually they say, the bottom line is da 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 da. And so that means, it means like ultimately something that doesn't change. Something that is not a variable. Something that, it's like saying eventually or at the end of the day. I suddenly wonder if you have the right to vote. Yeah, sure I do. Yeah. Oh, your boss said it. Okay, yeah. Basically it's saying like, at the end of the day. Do you know what that means, at the end of the day? Or, it eventually it comes down to this. It's like when you're talking about the essence of the situation or something like that. 회의를 다 하고 the bottom line is 뭐 결론적인 얘기를 하는 거예요. 뭐 결론은 이거다. 결국 결론은 이거다. 뭐 이런 거다. Today I ran into each of my 2 friends and aunt, even not in my city. How amazing. So I think I need to buy lottery tickets. Wow. So you ran into 2 of your friends and your aunt totally, completely randomly? Like you had just out of pure chance? That is amazing. That really is amazing. And those 2 friends, like in different locations at different times? Or were they together? It's kind of serendipity. Oh, and we also have the stream channel on Discord for today. It's called LA_0513. So as we go through the dialogue today, feel free to leave or send us your voice message. And so because I've decided to spend some time and pay attention to sound links so that you guys can speak more naturally and be understood a lot better. Because I think that's a really big part of your speech. Not only pronunciation, but the intonation and sound links. Those are really, really important. I personally feel that those 2 are more important than pronunciation itself. Hey Hyunjung, hi Hyungjun, how you doing? I'm doing great. How you doing? Okay, we have about 12 minutes left. I met each of them in different time and locations. Wow, really got goosebumps. Yeah, that doesn't... What are the chances, right? What are the chances? 나도 그 말에 동의해. 뭐라고 다양한 표현이 있을까요? 회사에서 사용하기 적절하게요. Just say I agree. I agree with that. Yeah, that's all you need to say. It's not necessary to say that in many different ways. No, just, yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. Yeah, basically I agree with that. You're back after dinner? Great. Great. What was for dinner? Oh, really? Anybody else? Oh, really? Huh. That's very unfortunate. What time will I go to sleep today? I have no idea. What is the best thing that ever What is the best thing that after you got married? I can live with my wife. That's the best thing. Why would anybody get married? Of course, because you want to live with that person. Yeah. Like, what kind of question is that? Why does anybody get married? Because they want to live together, right? Isn't that why people get married? No? Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, I know. I know. My MBTI? I have no idea. What about yours? Or what do you think my MBTI is? How many times have you traveled this year? Do you have any travel plans? I have not traveled at all this year. Well, I did go to, well, are you talking about like overseas traveling? Because I haven't been overseas in many, many years. Because of a number of different things. But if you're talking about like overseas traveling, I haven't been overseas in many, many years. And I don't plan to go overseas, unfortunately, anytime soon. So, how about you? Probably because many people live together without actually getting married. Many people live together without actually getting married? Really? Okay, that's weird. So, oh, wait, what? That's the reason for what? Bunging. Do you think it would be better to have a good relationship with other countries if the president is fluent in English? Oh, wait, do you think it would be better to have a good relationship with other country if the president is fluent in English? Yeah, I think so. Don't you? Absolutely. Instead of relying on an interpreter, if you were able to use English almost as good as your mother tongue, I think it would be a huge difference. I think it would make a very different kind of impression on the global stage. I think it would make for a much better president. If the president was fluent in English, I think he or she would be make for a much better leader in a lot of ways. I know a lot of people will, might think that's not the case, but like communication, it's much better done when it's done in person rather than through an interpreter. Do you have any problems about your eyes? I met an eye doctor for some problems about my eyes today, and he said it's presbyopia. Yeah, I have that problem too. Yep, me too. I have that exact same problem. Hello, D.I. Han. It's been a while, man. How you doing today? Is it because you don't have money? Well, money is also an issue, but it's more about time. And probably one of the biggest factor is actually my dogs. Yeah, dogs. Because I have a couple of dogs, and I would hate to leave them at a pet hotel, because although there are a lot of good pet hotels these days, there aren't any as good as us being home taking care of them ourselves. And so that's probably the biggest reason. Hey, Sionim. Hey, it's been a while. 아닌가요? Why does it feel like it's been a while, Sionim? We haven't seen you in the chat in quite some time, it feels like. No? I'm hanging in there. How are you doing? Are you in Korea? Or are you still in Kuwait? Is it Kuwait? I saw your YouTube and that you uploaded inside though. I'm curious that there were no people that noticed you. No, nobody noticed. I don't think anybody noticed me, no. I'm actually not as famous as you think I am. I mean, think about the number of the number of people studying English on YouTube. It's not actually that big of an audience. I can relate to that. I also don't want to leave my dog behind in a remote, unfamiliar place, so I can't travel. Yeah, that's the thing. So when I do travel, it's usually domestically, like somewhere in Korea, and I need to take my car, like load my dogs in the car. We go together. English is a lingua franca. What's a lingua franca? So I think speaking English well can be one of the conditions to become a good president. Obviously, there are a lot of things that a president needs to be in order to do their job well. But if you're only in terms of global, like international relationships, I think being able to be fluent in English, it would be a huge help. I think it would be a huge pro, definitely. Is he? Really? That's interesting. Still at work, and I don't think I can tune into... Oh, okay. All right. Well, thanks for stopping by and saying hello. 원서 어를 발음할 때 A 또는 어라고 발음할 때가 있는 것 같은데 어떤 경우에 어떤 걸 써야 할지요. Don't worry about it. It's not that important. Seriously, really. It's not something that you should spend your time on, or it's not something you have to pay attention to. You can say it either way, and it's not a big deal. Don't worry about it. Okay? Really. Even native speakers, it's so what I'm trying to say is there isn't a clear rule because they use it however they want to. Sometimes they say A to emphasize it. Okay? But like how do you know exactly what the timing is? So that's the kind of thing that takes a lot of time to really master, okay? And so I don't think it's like at this stage in your English journey, I don't think it's worth paying attention to that. So my advice, my serious advice for that is don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's not really that important. Anybody who tells you it's important, it means they don't have anything else to offer you, and so that's why they're making it sound like that's important, but it really isn't. Because there are so many other things that you could be spending your time on learning. You see what I'm saying? Oh, you're still in Korea, but you're leaving next month. Oh, okay. All right. Cool, I see. You'll be in Singapore in June and onward. Oh, okay. I see. So you'll be in Singapore semi-permanently for the foreseeable future? Yeah, like definitely. Yeah, don't worry about it. There are so many things that Korean, like English learners in Korean, there are so many things that they waste time on. And so whenever those things come up, I'm just going to give it to you really straight, okay? So, all right. So don't worry. There are a lot of things that you shouldn't be worrying about. Are you sure there's no... Okay, now there's no noise. I'm glad I checked. All right, 1 minute left. Right? We're a minute away? Where's my phone? I don't know where my phone is. Oh, there it is. All right, it's okay, I don't need it. Oh, wait. Okay, it's 9 o'clock, guys. Let's begin. You guys ready? For the next 3 years? Oh, okay. And who decides that? Is it your boss, your company? Or you, maybe? Who decides that? All right, just let me know when you guys are ready, then we'll begin. Anybody experiencing a lot of buffering tonight? Okay, Wake Up Nim is ready. 정시원 Nim is ready. Nada Nim is ready. Just 3? No buffering yet. I hate to bring it up, but the buffering is still pretty bad on my end. It's okay though, I can be patient. Uh-oh. Okay, most people have no buffering. Some are. Okay. Okay, just hope it doesn't get any worse. Okay. Okay. Jeez, Greg. 그 플레이스테이션 그 스테이션 그냥 좀 사줘라. Greg is a person. Greg은 사람이고요. 지금 어떤 상황이냐면 A는 Graham이라는 사람이 오늘 Graham이라는 사람이고 Greg가 친구예요. Okay? Greg은 친구고 A is Greg's friend named Graham. Okay? And they are the two friends are at Greg's place. Okay? The two friends are at Greg's place and they're hanging out together. However, Greg's son is with them. Okay? So Greg is kind of babysitting his kid for the day and hanging out with his friend at the same time. Okay? Does that make sense? So, geez, Greg. So what A is saying, geez, Greg. Geez, Greg. 그 플레이스테이션 그냥 좀 사줘라. Okay? And the reason Graham is saying that is because Greg's son, Jamie, okay? Greg's son's name is Jamie. Jamie has been whining about it for a couple hours now. Jamie has been whining about it for a couple hours now, and that's why he says this. Jeez, Greg, 그 플레이스테이션 그냥 좀 사줘라. 돌아버리겠다. Okay. Jeez, Greg, just get him the PlayStation. It's driving me crazy. Jeez, Greg, just get him the PlayStation. It's driving me crazy. Jeez, Greg, just get him the PlayStation. It's driving me crazy. Jamie. Dad! Jamie hears this. Okay, Jamie's been whining about it for several hours now. And Jamie hears, okay, I'll just say Graham. Jamie hears Graham say this because Graham said, "Geez, Greg, just get in the PlayStation. It's driving me crazy." And Jamie says, "Dad." No, it's Greg. So if imagine you were Greg, what would you say? In this situation, what would you say? Again, Jamie has been whining to his dad, Greg, to get him a PlayStation. He wants a PlayStation. It's been going on for a few hours now. And, Graham is really annoyed by this and says, "Geez, Greg, just get him the PlayStation. It's driving me crazy." And Jamie hears that and says, "Dad." Okay, Greg says this. Do you understand why Greg says this? Oh, that's great. Thanks, Graham. Oh, that's great. Thanks, Graham. Yeah, being sarcastic. Actually, Greg is very upset that Graham said this. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's right. Oh, that's great. Thanks, Graham. So Greg doesn't want to buy Jamie the PlayStation. And there's a reason. There's a reason Greg doesn't want to buy Jamie the PlayStation. And Graham says, "Geez, Greg, just get him the PlayStation. It's driving me nuts. It's driving me crazy. Dad." Oh, that's great. Thanks, Graham. Okay. Everybody understand the situation now? Oh, that's very good, wake up name. Very good, yeah. Very good, okay. So, again, I'll explain it one more time. So, Jamie has been whining for a few hours to his dad, Greg, to get him to buy him a PlayStation. But Greg doesn't want to do that, and he has a reason. We'll find out soon. And Graham is just very annoyed by all the whining and all this commotion and says, "Geez, Greg, just get him the damn PlayStation. It's driving me nuts, driving me crazy." And Jamie hears that, encouraged by what Graham says, and says, "Dad?" And then Greg says, "Oh, that's great. Thanks, Graham." "Oh, yeah, thanks a lot, Graham." "Oh, great. Thanks a lot, Graham." And then Graham says, "What?" Okay, so this is kind of a long one. It's just a longer gram. So it's like gram. Not gram, but gram. It's almost the same. Almost the same. Gram. It doesn't sound like Graham. Just gram. It's a slightly longer gram. Okay, so 네가 알 거라고 기대하지 않지만 we'll start with this. We'll say I don't expect you to. We could say no, but I'm going to say understand, okay? I don't expect you to understand. Look. I don't expect you to understand. Now, look at this here. 아이를 키우기 얼마나 힘든지. Now, of course we could say how hard it is. Fine, that's good. That's actually perfect. It's good, okay? However, we're going to phrase it a little differently, and we're going to say what it takes to raise a child. Okay? It's just a different way to phrase it, but it basically means how hard it is. It basically means that it's very hard, but we're just phrasing it like this because I want you guys to become more familiar with this, okay? So look, I don't expect you to understand what it takes to raise a child. Okay? 근데 그렇지만 간섭은 좀 하지 말아줄래? But could you, I'm going to say at least. Could you at least not interfere? Could you at least not interfere? Look, I don't expect you to understand what it takes to raise a child, but could you at least not interfere? Does that make sense to everybody? Does that make sense to everybody? Look, I don't expect you to understand what it takes to raise a child, but could you at least not interfere? In my way? Oh, what do you mean? Where? Could you give us the full usage? 해피라님? Jeez, Greg, just get him the PlayStation. It's driving me crazy. Dad? Oh, that's great. Thanks a lot, Graham. What? Look, I don't expect you to understand what it takes to raise a child, but could you at least not interfere? 해피라, I don't know what you mean. Give me the full sentence. Write the full sentence, please. Would you? 간섭하지 말라는 의미에서요? No. That sounds very awkward, and it would be very difficult to understand what you're saying. Oh, you're in the US? Cool. 말이 안 될까요? 그 정도면 말이 안 된다고 봐야 돼요. 지금 이 맥락에서는. 오케이. 왜냐면 이 사실 그러니까 not in my way 대신에 get in my way라고 하면 괜찮고 would you get out of my way? Would you stop getting in my way? 근데 그거는 방해하다의 의미지 간섭이랑은 좀 달라요. 지금은 간섭하지 말라야지 방해하지 말라는 게 아니에요. Okay? So, geez, Greg, just get him the PlayStation. It's driving me crazy. Dad? Oh, that's great. Thanks a lot, Graham. What? Look, I don't expect you to understand what it takes to raise a child, but could you at least not interfere?
Look, I don't expect you to understand what it takes to raise a child, but could you at least not interfere?
Sounds good. Sounds good. I don't expect you to. 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 So no T, no T. So I don't expect you to. And expect you, double J, 쌍지읒. I don't expect you to. I don't expect you to. 주루. Expect you to. I don't expect you to understand. Feel so good, Nim? Let me know if that helps. I don't expect you to. I don't expect you to. I don't expect you to understand. 추루가 아니라 쭈루. I don't expect you to understand. Look, I don't expect you to understand what it takes to raise a child, but could you at least not interfere? Does it help? Yeah, it helps a little. Jeez, Greg, just get him the PlayStation. It's driving me crazy. Dad? Oh, that's great. Thanks a lot, Graham. What? Look, I don't expect you to understand what it takes to raise a child, but could you at least not interfere?
Look, I don't expect you to understand that what it takes to raise your child, but could you at least not interfere?
Okay, sounds good. What it takes 전에 that가 한번 실수로 들어간 것 같은데 그것만 빼면은. Okay.
Look, I don't expect you to understand what it takes to raise a child, but could you at least not interfere?
Alright. 오케이. 뭔가 지금 여기에서 뭐 그쵸? 뭔가가 약간 추가적으로 음절이 몇 개 더 들리는 것 같은 느낌이 들죠, 왜? I don't expect you to understand. 아, 여기가 연음이 잘 안 이루어지는구나, 그죠? I don't expect you to understand. I don't expect you to understand. 그리고 아무것도 없이 바로 what it takes. 이 사이에 뭐 더 없어요. 뭐 생략되거나 그런 것도 없어요. 그냥 바로 넘어가야 돼요. Understand what it takes. Understand에서 D 묵음이에요. Understand what it takes. Understand what it takes. Okay? Look, I don't expect you to understand what it takes to raise a child, but could you at least not interfere? So if you were Graham, what would you say? Could you at least... Could you, but, T 묵음. Could you at least 해서 모든 T 다 묵음. Could you at least not T 묵음. But could you at least not interfere? 아, T 묵음 아니다. 다음 모음으로 넘어간다. 그래서 not interfere. Not interfere. I'm just trying to help. Oops, sorry. What kind of person do you think Graham is? If he was a really nice guy, sure, he would say, oops, sorry, or he's going to say bye. I want you to imagine, what kind of person is Graham? What kind of person is he? Jeez, Greg, just get him the PlayStation. It's driving me crazy. Dad? Oh, that's great. Thanks a lot, Graham. What? Look, I don't expect you to understand what it takes to raise a child, but could you at least not interfere? I'm listening from military. You're listening. You're in the army. You're on base now. You're at your base. It's my first time to really participate in the live class. Wonder when the schedule. We don't have a fixed schedule, unfortunately. We just stream whenever we can.
Look, I don't expect you to understand what it takes to raise a child, but could you at least not interfere?
Okay, sounds good enough.
Look, I don't expect you to understand what it takes to raise your child, but could you at least not interfere?
Okay, sounds good enough. Sounds good enough. It's just a PlayStation. 뭐가 그렇게 대수라고. It's just a PlayStation. 그쵸? What's the big deal? What's the big deal? 근데 제가 상상하는 Graham은 이거를 이렇게 얘기했을 것 같아요. It's just a PlayStation. What's the big fucking deal? It's just a PlayStation. What's the big fucking deal? Jeez, Greg, just get in the PlayStation. It's driving me crazy. Dad? Oh, that's great. Thanks a lot, Graham. What? Look, I don't expect you to understand what it takes to raise a child, but could you at least not interfere? It's just a PlayStation. What's the big fucking deal? Okay, so I imagined Jamie as a 6th grader. Oh, very good, Pearson. Very good. Very good. So Greg says, language, please. Language, please. And what does Graham say? 미안. 아, 근데 좀 애가 얼마나 갖고 싶어 하는지 봐. 까짓 거 내가 사줄게. It's a 6th grader. He knows everything. He probably already uses all that bad language, right? Yeah, they're friends. They're friends. They're hanging out. And it just so happens that Greg is with Greg's son is with them. So the three of them are kind of hanging out at Greg's place. Sorry. But come on. 그쵸? 얼마나 뭐뭐 하는지 봐. 얼마나 읽고 저런지 봐봐. 그쵸? 이 말을 시작하는 방법은 look how죠. Look how. Look how bad or badly he wants the thing. Sorry. But come on, look how badly he wants the thing. Look how badly he wants it. Look how badly he wants the thing. 까짓 거 내가 사줄게. 까짓 거 이렇게 쓰는 거 아닌가? 맞아요. 써도 되는데 웬만하면 쓰지 마세요. 그러니까 그렇게 얘기를 해도 뭐 의미를 막 못 알아듣고 그러진 않겠지만 이렇게 하는 게 맞아요. 까짓 거? No? Nobody? Oh, okay. Say hell. Hell. Hell, I'll pay for it. Hell, I'll pay for it. Sorry. But come on, look how badly he wants the thing. Hell, I'll pay for it. Hell. Hell, I'll pay for it. Now, there are different things you can say. You can say the F word. You can say shit. You can say damn. All you have to do is curse, and then it's yeah. You can use any curse word here, and it works. I think the safest one is hell. Hell, I'll pay for it. NJ name says, I would hate it if my friend said that said something like that in front of my kid. Of course, absolutely, yeah. What kind of parent would appreciate this, right? Nobody. Jeez, Greg, just get him the PlayStation. It's driving me crazy. Dad. Oh, that's great. Thanks a lot, Graham. What? Look, I don't expect you to understand what it takes to raise a child, but could you at least not interfere? It's just a PlayStation. What's the big fucking deal? Language, please. Sorry. But come on, look how badly he wants the thing. Hell, I'll pay for it. Jamie's eyes wide open. Looks at Dad. Hell, I'll pay for it. Okay. So, of course, there are many ways we can phrase this. I'm going to show you my version. Is that what you think this is about? I just want to save a few bucks. Is that what you think this is about? I just want to save a few bucks? Is that what you think this is about? I just want to save a few bucks? Is that what you think this is about? I just want to save a few bucks? Is that what you think this is about? I just want to save you a few bucks? Jeez, Greg, just get him the PlayStation. It's driving me crazy. Dad. Oh, that's great. Thanks a lot, Graham. What? Look, I don't expect you to understand what it takes to raise a child, but could you at least not interfere? It's just a PlayStation. What's the big fucking deal? Language, please. Sorry. But come on, look how badly he wants the thing. Hell, I'll pay for it. Is that what you think this is about? I just want to save a few bucks? I'm not exactly sure how to say discipline in English. Do you know? Do you know how to say discipline in Korean? I don't know how to say. So anyway, the big giveaway here, okay, is to use 훈육. Really? 훈육? 훈육이 맞나? Oh, is this good enough? Is this good enough? Uh-oh. Okay. Anyway. So, can't you see? Can't you see I'm trying to discipline him? Or you can say trying to teach him some discipline. So this is another way you can say it. I don't know what you guys prefer, but 교육 중. Why couldn't I think of that? 그거네. 지금 교육 중인 거 안 보이. 교육시키려는 거 안 보이냐? Right, 그게 맞겠네요. Can't you see I'm trying to discipline him? Can't you see I'm trying to teach him some discipline? 빨간 책? That sounds bad. Wow, that's amazing, 아망님. That is truly amazing. Trying to trying to teach him some discipline. Trying to teach him some discipline. Trying to teach him some discipline. 제가 알기로는 한국어에 딱 들어맞는 단어는 없는 걸로 알고 있어요. It's one of those words. 네, 그런 단어 중 하나예요. 적어도 활용 면에서 의미 면에서는 있을 수는 있어도 활용 면에서는 그 딱 뭐냐면 yeah. Anyway. 그래서 지금 중간에 들어오신 분들도 있으니까 한번 처음부터 다시 읽어볼게요. Jeez, Greg, just get him the PlayStation. It's driving me crazy. Dad? Oh, that's great. Thanks a lot, Graham. What? Look, I don't expect you to understand what it takes to raise a child, but could you at least not interfere? It's just a PlayStation. What's the big fucking deal? Language, please. Oh, sorry. But come on, look how badly he wants the thing. Hell, I'll pay for it. Is that what you think this is about? I just want to save a few bucks? Can't you see I'm trying to discipline him? Can't you see I'm trying to teach him some discipline?
Is that what you think this is about? I just want to save a few bucks.
It's just a PlayStation. What's the big fucking deal? Language, please. Sorry, but come on. Look how badly he wants the thing. Hell, I'll pay for it.
Badly. 이게 삼음절이 되면 안 돼요. D랑 리 사이에 으라는 음절이 한 번 더 들어가면 안 돼요. badly가 아니에요. Not badly, it's badly. Not it's badly. 그게 어렵다라는 걸 알지만 이 D를 확실하게 드라고 발음을 해버리면 안 돼요. 소리를 씹는 듯이 하면서 넘어가야 돼요. Badly. Sorry, but come on, look how badly he wants the thing. Hell, I'll pay for it.
Is that what you think this is about? I just want to save a few bucks. Can't you see I'm trying to discipline him?
That's right. Yeah. Yes, actually, you are absolutely true. Other than the expressions that are being highlighted as the theme of each unit, there are so many expressions and words in the dialogue, in the context. It's definitely worth looking at. Anyway, Ikani, I'm sorry about the buffering. I really don't know what to do about it. Everything looks okay on my end. I've done pretty much everything that I can. It says I have a good connection on my end, so I don't really know what the problem is. Jeez, Greg, just get him the PlayStation. It's driving me crazy. Dad? Oh, that's great. Thanks a lot, Graham. What? Look, I don't expect you to understand what it takes to raise a child, but could you at least not interfere? It's a PlayStation. What's the big fucking deal? Language, please. Sorry. But come on, look how badly he wants the thing. Hell, I'll pay for it. Is that what you think this is about? I just want to save a few bucks? Can't you see I'm trying to discipline him? Can't you see I'm trying to teach him some discipline? Hey, Kwang-Yini, what's up? Long time no see. Welcome back. Where have you been?
Look how badly he wants the thing.
Look how badly.
Is that what you think this is about? I just want to save a few bucks. Can you see I'm trying to discipline him?
Can't you? 이거는 can you 발음보다 쉬워요. 그냥 can't you. 자신 있게 쌍지읒으로 하면 돼요. Buffering is crazy, JC? Man. Really? Oh boy. So what do you guys think? Dana, no buffering? No buffering right now? No buffering at all? Looks like it's about half and half, huh? Maybe it's the internet server. internet provider. Maybe it's the internet provider. Okay. It could be. I mean, it's really hard to tell what the problem is exactly.
It's just a PlayStation. What's the big fucking deal?
Yeah, what's the big fucking deal? Language, Irene, language, please.
Is that what you think it is about? I just want to save a few bucks. Can't you see I'm trying to discipline him? Can't you try to teach him some discipline?
I just want to save a few bucks. Okay. Jeez, Greg, just get on the PlayStation. It's driving me crazy. Dad? Oh, that's great. Thanks a lot, Graham. What? Look, I don't expect you to understand what it takes to raise a child, but could you at least not interfere? It's just a PlayStation. What's the big fucking deal? Language, please. Sorry. But come on, look how badly he wants the thing. Hell, I'll pay for it. Is that what you think this is about? I just want to save a few bucks? Can't you see I'm trying to discipline him? Can't you see I'm trying to teach him some discipline? LG? Who else is using LG? Okay, so let me ask you this. Is anybody using LG U Plus and has no buffering right now? Can I see a show of hands? Is anybody using LG U Plus and has no buffering? Uh-oh, maybe LG is the problem. SKOK? Oh, okay. So 정찬우님 and Rocky Gacha님, you're using LG U Plus and you have no buffering. Is that right? Having major buffer issues? How did I become so good at English when I want to be an Air Force in the future? How did I become so good at English when I want to be an Air Force in the future? So your English is good? Hey, that's great. I'm currently using LG laptop, but mine is KT. Okay, didn't realize that's what you were doing. Okay. All right.
Language, please. Sorry. But come on, look how badly he wants the thing. I'll pay for it.
Hell, I'll pay for it.
Look how badly he wants the thing.
Okay.
Is that what you think this is about? I just want to save a few bucks. Can't you see I'm trying to discipline him?
All right. Okay. Is that what you think all this is about? 쓰면 어때요? all를 쓰는 거요? Is that what you think all this is about? Yeah, yes, you could. You could do that. If you wanted to, sure. It's not necessary in the context, but you don't necessarily have to. Okay. So once more, geez, Greg, just get him the PlayStation. It's driving me crazy. Dad? Oh, that's great. Thanks a lot, Graham. What? Look, I don't expect you to understand what it takes to raise a child, but could you at least not interfere? It's a PlayStation. What's the big fucking deal? Language, please. Sorry. But come on, look how badly he wants the thing. Hell, I'll pay for it. Is that what you think this is about? I just want to save a few bucks? Can't you see I'm trying to teach him some discipline? 애가 과자님, that was very close, but not quite. You misused a word there. Right. So it's supposed to be, it's not like. Okay? It's not like. It's not like he's asking for his own theme park, let's say. Or amusement park. Amusement park, let's just keep it short. Theme park, okay? It's not like he's asking for his own theme park. It's a PlayStation, for crying out loud. 없는 애가 없잖아. 그거 없는 애가 없어. 그거 없는 애가 어딨어. Oops. 얘도 좀 즐기라고 그래. 본체는 어렵지만 계속 열심히 해 공부. That's great. Okay, so as long as you can pick up a few things along the way, you're good. 여기는 컨트리사이드인데도 법발음이 없습니다. Okay, all right. That's great. That's great. It's good to see that you're sticking around. Whoops. Insert구나. Every kid's got one. Let him live a little. It's not like he's asking for his own theme park. It's a PlayStation, for crying out loud. Every kid's got one. Let him live a little. You know, 그렇죠. 뭐 그런 의미도 있고요. 그런 의미도 있고 그냥 enjoy 하다 라는 의미로도 쓰고요. 뭐 인생을 즐기다 이런 의미로까지도 확장해서 쓸 수 있고요. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. 그러는 의미로도 충분히 쓸 수 있고요. Sure. It's not like he's asking for his own theme park. It's a PlayStation, for crying out loud. Every kid's got one. Let him live a little. 너니까 그렇게 말하지. 와, 이거 한국말로 어떻게 해야 되지? 이게 딱 이건 아닌 이런 느낌이 아니거든요. 근데 최대한 비슷하게 한 게 이건 것 같아요. 그쵸? Yeah, 너니까 그렇게 말하지. Easy for you to say. Easy for you to say. 그쵸. 결과적으로는 이 얘기인데 네가 재미에 애 아빠도 아니면서 네가 제 인생 책임질 거야. 결과적으로 이 얘기긴 한데 약간 이런 식으로 지금 얘기를 아주 중요한 건 아니지만 저는 여기서 말을 이렇게 만들어봤어요. It's not your kid's future. You have to take responsibility for. It's not your kid's future you have to take responsibility for. Easy for you to say, it's not your kid's future you have to take responsibility for. You have to take responsibility for. 너가 책임져야 할 너의 아이의 미래가 아니다. 직역으로 보면 그 얘기죠. 무슨 얘기인지 알겠죠? 너가 책임져야 할 네 애의 상황이 아니지 않느냐. 그러니까 너니까 그렇게 말하기 쉽지. 그런 너는 말하기가 쉽지. Easy for you to say, it's not your kid's future you have to take responsibility for. 광희님, sure. And chances are, these folks probably know what the answer is. Your kid's future. Did I say you are? It's not your kid's future. Yeah, it's not your kid's future. Jeez, Greg, just get him the PlayStation. It's driving me crazy. Dad. Oh, that's great. Thanks a lot, Graham. What? Look, I don't expect you to understand what it takes to raise a child, but could you at least not interfere? It's just a PlayStation. What's the big fucking deal? Language, please. Sorry. But come on, look how badly he wants the thing. Hell, I'll pay for it. Is that what you think this is about? I just want to save a few bucks? Can't you see I'm trying to discipline him? It's not like he's asking for his own theme park. It's a PlayStation, for crying out loud. Every kid's got one. Let him live a little. Easy for you to say. It's not your kid's future you have to take responsibility for.
It's not like he's asking for his own theme park. It's a PlayStation for crying out loud. Every kid's got one. Let him live a little.
It's a PlayStation, for crying out loud. 이 for crying out loud를 쓸 때는 그 인토네이션이 쭉 떨어져야 돼요. 강세는 여기에. It's a for crying out loud. For crying out loud은 쭉 떨어져야 돼요. Okay? It's a PlayStation, for crying out loud. 인토네이션은 이렇게 이루어져야 돼요. For crying out loud의 강세를 주는 경우는 없어요. 오히려 쭉 떨어져야 돼요. It's a PlayStation, for crying out loud. Okay? Every kid's got one. Let them live a little.
It's for you to say, it's not your kid's future you have to take responsibility for.
Okay?
It's not like he's asking for his own theme park. It's a PlayStation, for crying out loud. Every kid's got one. Let him live a little. It's
Let
for
him
you
live
to
a...
say, it's not your kid's future you have to take responsibility for.
Okay. Okay. 얘기가 좀 길죠? 그런 만큼 처음에 연습하실 때는 천천히. Okay. It's not like he's asking for his own theme park. It's a PlayStation, for crying out loud. Every kid's got one. Let him live a little. Easy for you to say. It's not your kid's future you have to take responsibility for. 뜻은 아는데 문장에 그 단어가 나와도 해석을 못 하겠어요. Why not? Why not? Okay, no further questions here, right? Or here? Okay, everybody just repeating.
It's not.
She retracted it. Okay. Jeez, Greg, just get him the PlayStation. It's driving me crazy. Dad? Oh, that's great. Thanks a lot, Graham. What? Look, I don't expect you to understand what it takes to raise a child, but could you at least not interfere? It's a PlayStation. What's the big fucking deal? Language, please. Sorry. But come on, look how badly he wants the thing. Hell, I'll pay for it. Is that what you think this is? I just want to save a few bucks? Can't you see I'm trying to teach him some discipline? It's not like he's asking for his own theme park. It's a PlayStation, for crying out loud. Every kid's got one. Let him live a little. Easy for you to say. It's not your kid's future you have to take responsibility for.
Easy for you to say.
Wait, am I missing something here?
Look how badly he wants the thing.
It's for you to say. It's not your kid's future you have to take responsibility for.
It's not like he's asking for his own theme park. It's a PlayStation for crying out loud. Every kid's got one. Let him live a little.
Okay, maybe people are uploading their voice messages and then erasing them and trying to redo them. Okay.
It's not like he's asking for his own theme park. It's PlayStation, for crying out loud. Every kid's got one. Let him live a little. Easy for you to say. It's not your kid's future you have to take responsibility for.
Okay. For crying out loud. For crying out loud. Loud에서 갑자기 올라가면 안 돼. For crying out loud. No. For crying out loud. Okay? It's a PlayStation, for crying out loud. Every kid's got one. Let him live a little. Easy for you to say. It's not your kid's future you have to take responsibility for. Maybe B should be replaced with Greg. Oh, yeah, sure, yeah. No, it's better that we stay consistent with our naming here. Okay. Okay, Graham. 자, 이거 잘 보세요. 그래서 여기서 느껴지는 그 느낌? 뉘앙스를 잘 느끼고 이 느낌을 어떻게 영어로 살릴 수 있을지를 한번 생각해 보세요. 야, 넌 뭐 어릴 때 세가 제네시스 없었냐? 없이 자랐냐? 이런 톤으로 지금 얘기를 하는 거죠. 이건 지금 it's not a straight up question. It's a rhetorical question. Right? 이런 느낌 어떻게 살리는지 아세요, 혹시? 사실 이게요. 이 느낌을 물론 이거 느낌을 살리는 데는 뭐 몇 가지 방법이 있을 수 있어도 저는 보통 어떻게 얘기를 하는 거를 많이 그동안 경험을 해왔고 저도 그렇게 표현을 하느냐 짧게 앞에 what를 해요. what 하고 like로 해요. 하고 what? Like you didn't have a Sega Genesis when you were little? When you were growing up이라고 할게요. What? Like you didn't have a Sega Genesis when you were growing up? 이런 식으로 얘기를 하는 게 이 느낌을 살리는 거예요. 그래서 이거를 조금 더 이 느낌을 좀 살려서 해석을 하면은 그러니까 뭐가 먼저 나오는 거죠. 오케이? 뭐 이렇게라도 한 거야? 약간 이런 거죠. 이렇게라도 한 거냐? 뭐 이렇게라도 한 거야? 아니라는 거지만 그러기라도 한 거냐? 하고 그런 식으로 얘기를 하는. What? Like you didn't have a Sega Genesis when you were growing up? 그쵸? 뭐 번기님, 뭐 이 자리에 닌텐도를 넣어도 돼요. Actually, I didn't have a Sega Genesis. I had a Nintendo. I had a Super Nintendo actually, Super Famicom, I think. But my friend had a Sega Genesis. Yeah. Okay. 그래서 넌 뭐 이럴 때 없었냐? 뭐 있었는데 뭐 없기라도 뭐 없기라도 뭐 없었던 거라도 되는 것처럼 그러니까 이렇게 따지는 거죠. 따지는 거죠. What? Like 이렇게요. Okay. Easy for you to say. It's not your kid's future you have to take responsibility for. What? Like you didn't have a Sega Genesis when you were growing up?
It's not like he's asking for his own theme park. It's a PlayStation for crying out loud. Every kid's got one. Let him live a little.
It's not like he's asking for his own theme park. It's a PlayStation for crying out loud. Every kid's got one. Let him live a little.
Let him live a little. Let him live. live에 살짝 스트레스가 들어가면 좋아요. Let him live a little. 야, 얘도 좀 살자고 그래. 좀 이상한가? It's not like he's asking for his own theme park. It's a PlayStation for crying out loud. Every kid's got one. 할 때 every를 강세를 줘야겠죠. Every kid's got one. 야, 없는 애가 어딨어. Every kid's got one. Let him live a little. Easy for you to say. It's not your kid's future you have to take responsibility for. What? Like you didn't have a Sega Genesis when you were growing up? What? Like you didn't have a Sega Genesis when you were growing up? What? You didn't have a Nintendo when you were growing up? 그 뭐냐? 상대방의 입장을 또는 뭐 처지 또는 그 사람의 마음 그게 좋겠네요. 네 마음 이해해. 이 말을 영어로 하는데 가장 간단한 방법이 뭐죠? 야, 네 마음 이해해. 알겠어. 이걸 가장 간단하게 말하는 방법이 뭘까요? 그쵸? 번기님. I get it. Look, I get it. Look, I get it. I feel you는요. 상대방이 한 말에 대해서 공감력을 얘기할 때 비슷하긴 한데 지금 이 맥락에서는 get it가 딱 좋아요. Look, I get it. I get it. 제이미가 이렇고 할까봐 걱정되는 거지. 되는 거잖아. 제이미가 주말마다 집에 있을까봐 걱정하는 거잖아. Hey, what's up? How you doing? Is your last name really Wee? I'm asking this because I actually used to know this guy whose last name was Wee. And I always thought that was really, 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 really unusual. Like, it's so difficult. It's so rare of a last name. And I've had the privilege, I don't know if it's a privilege, but, you know, it's a rare occasion, right? Okay, so there are a number of ways we can say 집에 처박혀 있다, right? And today I want to show you just one of them. Okay? So look, I get it. You're worried, Jamie will be cooped up at home every weekend. And turn into some zombie, let's say. 근데 제이미는 똑똑해서 안 그래. You're worried Jamie will be cooped up at home every weekend and turn into some zombie. 오케이, 보세요. 지금 이런 말 할 때 있죠. 그러니까 누구는 똑똑해서 안 그런다. 어쩌면 이런 식의 말 자체가 좀 영어스러운 표현일 수도 있어요. 그런데 영어에서는 실제로 굉장히 많이 써요. 이게 한국말로 해서 잠깐만 똑똑해서 안 그런다고? 그게 무슨 말이지? 그러니까 뭐랄까 그거를 안 그럴 수 있도록 본인을 통제하고 상황 판단을 잘 할 수 있을 만큼의 어떤 그런 현명한 wise 한 그런 요소를 가졌다라는 얘기를 하는데 이거를 간단하게 표현하는 방법이 있어요. But Jamie is smarter than that. 이거예요. 그냥 이렇게 하면 돼요. But Jamie is smarter than that. 이렇게만 하면은 그 의미가 돼요. It means that Jamie is too smart to let himself become that kind of person or lose control or make bad decisions. Just say, but Jamie is smarter than that. Okay? That's all you really need to say. Cooped up. 그냥 어디에 처박혀 있는 거예요. 어디에 갇혀 있고 처박혀 있고 지금은 집에 처박혀 있는 거죠. Jamie will be cooped up at home. You're worried. Look, I get it. 내 얘기를 들어봐. 이해해. 네 마음 이해해. You're worried Jamie will be cooped up at home every weekend. 제이미가 주말마다 집에 처박혀 있을까 봐 걱정이지. 그리고 어떻게 돼? Turn into some zombie. 무슨 좀비로 변신할까 봐 걱정되는 거지. But 근데 Jamie is smarter than that. So that means Jamie is smart enough to know not to do that. Okay? No, it's completely different. No. But Jamie's smarter than that. Personally speaking, I think this part would make me so angry. I think this would make me so angry. Especially this part. Right, Jamie? What? Like you didn't have a Sega Genesis when you were growing up? Look, I get it. You're worried Jamie will be cooped up at home every weekend and turn into some zombie, but Jamie's smarter than that. Right, Jamie? 그것도 괜찮아요. But he knows better. He knows better. 근데 그거는 it's a little bit different, but almost the same. You could say some kind of zombie if you wanted to. I guess you could say some zombie is a shorter version of some kind of zombie. Yeah. 이 맥락에서요. will 대신에 might를 써도 돼요. You could say might, but will 그냥 이건 뭐 큰 차이는 아니에요. It's not a huge difference. You could go with either one. might로 해도 되고 will도 해도 되고 비슷한데 will라고 하는 게 좀 더 it's like you perceive it as a more immediate threat or concern. Something that you are perceiving as a more immediate concern. Okay? What? Like you didn't have a Sega Genesis when you were growing up? Look, I get it. You're worried Jamie will be cooped up every weekend and turn into some zombie, but Jamie's smarter than that. Right, Jamie? Okay, let's give 문종일님 a chance to catch up. I hope the buffering doesn't bother you. Jeez, Greg, just get him the PlayStation. It's driving me crazy. Dad? Oh, that's great. Thanks a lot, Graham. What? Look, I don't expect you to understand what it takes to raise a child, but could you at least not interfere? It's just a PlayStation. What's the big fucking deal? Language, please. Sorry, but come on. Look how badly he wants the thing. Hell, I'll pay for it. Is that what you think this is about? I just want to save a few bucks? Can't you see I'm trying to discipline him? It's not like he's asking for his own theme park. It's a PlayStation, for crying out loud. Every kid's got one. Let him live a little. Easy for you to say. It's not your kid's future you have to take responsibility for. Wait, be worried about? To take responsibility for, or you have to be worried about is another option. Easy for you to say. It's not your kid's future you have to be worried about. It's not your kid's future you have to take responsibility for. What, like you didn't have a Sega Genesis when you were growing up? Look, I get it. You're worried Jamie will be cooped up at home every weekend and turn into some zombie, but Jamie's smarter than that. Right, Jamie? If you were Greg, what would you say? Stay out of this, Jamie. Jamie, don't nod. Okay, I'm sold. Get out. Jamie, go to your room. Jamie rolls eyes. Eyes rolling. Stomps off. 요즘 빨모쌤 책으로 강의 듣고 있는데 강의 듣고 따라하는 것만으로 스피킹 회화 실력이 늘까요, 선생님? 지금 이 문장 있죠? 빨모쌤 강의 책으로 강의 듣고 따라하는 것만으로 이 부분 있죠? 여기에 이제 밑줄을 블랭크로 남겨놓고 강의 듣고 따라하고 하는 것 이 부분을 블랭크로 남겨놓고 그 이후에 나오는 거 있죠. 것만으로 스피킹 회화 실력이 늘까요? 것만으로? 것만으로 스피킹 회화 실력이 늘까요? 이 문장이 그 앞에 어떠한 내용으로 채워도 답은 no예요. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? 뭐뭐뭐뭐뭐뭐뭐 것만으로 스피킹 회화 실력이 늘까요? The answer is no. 그 블랭크에 뭘 넣든 간에요. The answer is no. Okay? I just want to make that clear. I just want to make that clear. 실제로 스피킹 회화 실력이 늘려면 실전력을 갖추기 위해서는 절대로 you cannot rely on one or two or few methods. 그냥 몇 가지만으로 그걸 할 수 있을 거라는 생각을 애초에 버리셔야 돼요. 왜 그런지 아세요? Of course you know. Of course. Just take a step back and think about it. Of course. 당연히 그렇죠. 그건 당연히 그렇죠. But I thought that was worth answering. So because hey, don't worry about it. A lot of people here needs to hear this. There are a lot of people here who needs to hear it. So that's why I decided to answer your question. Okay. 네, 맞아요. 네, stomp. 빵. 쿵쿵거리면서 가버린 거예요. 이러고 간 거예요. Okay? What? Like you didn't have a Sega Genesis when you were growing up? Look, I get it. You're worried Jamie will be cooped up at home every weekend and turn into some zombie, but Jamie's smarter than that. Right, Jamie? Jamie, go to your room. Ugh. 아까 영북이님이 하신 얘기 중에 한 가지만 덧붙이자면 아마 이 얘기를 들을 필요 없는 분들도 많이 있지만 아마 들어야 하는 분들이 더 많기 때문에 하는 얘기지만 강의를 듣고 책을 이용해서 영어를 배우겠다라고 하는 거는 뭐랑 똑같냐면은 강의를 듣고 책을 이용해서 운전을 배우겠다라고 하는 거랑 똑같은 거예요. It's exactly the same thing. 언어는 머리로 배우는 거 절대 아니에요. 몸으로 배우는 거예요. 육체적으로 배워야 돼요. 당연하죠. 왜 아니겠어요? Of course. 운전이랑 똑같은 거예요. 그런 면에서는. 운전을 강의랑 책으로 배울 거예요? No. 물론 참고는 되겠죠. 그리고 간접적으로 배워지는 건 많이 있겠죠. But it's only gonna take you so far. Okay? It's only gonna take you so far. 영어는 뭐 해야 된다? 영어는 써야 된다. 이거는 그 어떠한 툴이 있든 아무리 인공지능이 발달해도 아무리 인공지능이 발달하고 아무리 도구가 많아도 영어는 써야 늘어요. 오케이? It's a PlayStation for crying out loud. 소리내어 울기에는 그거 그냥 플레이스테이션일 뿐이야. 이런 느낌인가요? For crying out loud를 하나의 그냥 표현으로 봐야 돼요. 약간 for crying out. 활용이 좀 많이 있는데. 그러니까 그게 I don't know how to explain it. 네, 지금 이 맥락에서는 그 뜻인데 또 다른 맥락에서는 굉장히 대단한 거를 가지고도 그렇게 얘기할 수 있거든요. 예를 들어서 야, 너 옷을 그렇게 입고 가려고? 아니 다른 사람도 아니고 대통령을 만나러 가는데 막 이런 얘기할 때도 crying out loud을 쓸 수가 있어요. What? That's how you're gonna dress? You're gonna meet the president for crying out loud. 이렇게도 쓰기 때문에 그 뭔가를 강조를 하는 거예요, 그냥. 뭔가를 강조를 하는 그런 거예요. It's really hard to explain. I don't know how to explain it. 다른 것도 아니고 그쵸? 약간 이런 다른 것도 아니고 이거잖아. 뭐 이게 맞는 것 같아요. Yeah, very good, 번기님. Very, very good. 야, 다른 것도 아니고 이거잖아. 그러니까 그게 정말 별거 아니다라는 거를 강조할 때도 쓰고 정말 그게 특별한 거다를 강조할 때도 이제 쓰는 표현이에요. 오케이? 네, 울고불고 하는 게 아니에요. 평소에도 하는 생각 영어를 하려고. 그러니까 이게 그 영어를 배우는 거를 자꾸 시험 공부하는 걸로 똑같은 그런 마인드로 똑같이 접근을 하면 안 돼요. 우리가 평소에 살면서 배우는 거 다른 것들과 똑같게 생각을 해야 돼요. 무슨 얘기인지 아시죠? 여러분이 만약에 춤을 배우고 싶어요. 그러면 춤 배우겠다고 해서 책 사고 강의 볼 거예요? 아니죠. 제일 많이 해야 되는 게 춤을 많이 추는 거잖아요. Same thing. 근데 이제 이만한 게 서 있는 거죠. 두려운 거죠. 내가 영어를 못하고 난 아직 준비가 안 됐다고 생각하고 이런 것 때문에 두려워서 계속 안 하는 건데 anyway 춤은 춰야 늘고 요리는 음식을 많이 만들어 봐야 늘고 운전은 많이 해야 늘고 똑같아요. 영어는 많이 써야 늘어요. 그걸 다른 걸로 대체할 수 없어요. You can't. 다른 거는 다 it's everything else is secondary. Okay? 그러니까 이게 뭐랑 비유해도 다 마찬가지예요. 우리가 살면서 배우는 모든 다 똑같은 거예요. Same thing. It's driving me nuts. It's driving me crazy. 제가 어느 날 갑자기 유튜브에서 사라지면은요. You know why. You know why. anxious랑 nervous랑 차이가 궁금하다고요? nervous는 이것도 이제 맥락에 따라서 다를 수가 있는데 뭐 지금 일단 최대한 간단하게만 정리를 하자면 nervous는 사실 긴장한 상태를 nervous라고 하는 거고 anxious는 불안한 거예요. 오케이? I'm just saying it's a hypothetical scenario, okay? So hypothetically speaking, if I were to ever just disappear from the face of YouTube, you probably know why. Well, I guess, to be more specific, it would probably be that I just did not have any more energy left to repeat myself and affect no change. Because if you think about it, it's very, very discouraging when you realize, like, no matter what you do, you cannot affect change. Imagine realizing that one day. Imagine you've been talking about the same exact thing for, like, let's say hypothetically, like more than 10 years, 15, maybe 20 years, and you realize that you have affected no change. Can you imagine how disappointing and discouraging that would be? Yeah. I will make Balmosem AI that repeats it. That's actually a good idea. I should probably do that. Anyway. But I feel like I still have some left in me. So let's see how long let's see how long I can keep it up. Let's see how long I could keep this up. Can you imagine me like an old man? Like half of my teeth are gone, and like I barely have a few strands of hair left on my head, like Gollum, and I'm still telling you guys you gotta use English. Oh man. Jeez, Greg. Just get him the PlayStation. It's driving me crazy. Dad? Oh, that's great. Thanks a lot, Graham. What? Look, I don't expect you to understand what it takes to raise a child, but could you at least not interfere? It's a PlayStation. What's the big fucking deal? Hey, language, please. Sorry. But come on, look how badly he wants the thing. Hell, I'll pay for it. Is that what you think this is about? I just want to save a few bucks? Can't you see I'm trying to discipline him? It's not like he's asking for his own theme park. It's a PlayStation, for crying out loud. Every kid's got one. Let him live a little. Easy for you to say it's not your kid's future you have to take responsibility for. What, like you didn't have a Sega Genesis when you were growing up? Look, I get it. You're worried Jamie will be cooped up at home every weekend and turn into some zombie, but Jamie's smarter than that. Right, Jamie? Jamie, go to your room. Ugh. 상대방이 방금 한 행동이 정말 말도 안 되게 부적절했다라는 말을 하는 방법에는 여러 가지가 있겠지만 뭐 어떤 말들이 떠오르세요? 오케이. 뭐 여러 가지가 있겠죠. 저도 약간 이런 느낌으로 할 것 같아요. 약간 이런 느낌으로. 이렇게 시작하면은 어떻게 문장을 끝낼 수 있을까요? I can't believe you. I can't believe you. 좀 더 폭넓게 저는 이렇게 얘기할 것 같아요. I can't believe you just did that. 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 Look, I get it. You're worried Jamie will be cooped up at home every weekend and turn into some zombie, but Jamie's smarter than that. Right, Jamie? Jamie, go to your room. I can't believe you just did that. You want to know something else? You want to know something else?
Look, I get it. You're worried Jamie will be cooped up at home every weekend. Look, I get it. You're worried Jamie will be cooped up at home every weekend and turn into some zombie. But Jamie's smarter than that.
What? Like, you didn't have a Sega Genesis when you were growing up? Look, I get it. You're worried that Jamie will be cooked up at home every weekend and turn into some zombie. But Jamie's smarter than that. Right, Jamie?
like는 like 하자마자 바로 이어서요. 쉬지 말고요. Like you didn't have 진짜 정말 빠르게요. 정말 빠르게. Like you didn't have a Sega Genesis when you were growing up? Like you didn't have? 이런 식의 like 활용은 바로 이 컴마가 사실 있는 게 맞는지 없는 게 맞겠구나. 없는 게 맞겠네요.
What? Like you didn't use Sega Genesis when you were growing up? Look, I get it. You're worried that Jamie will be cooked up at home every weekend, turning into some zombie. But Jamie's smarter than that, right, Jamie?
But Jamie's smarter than that. Jamie, go to your room. I can't believe you just did that. You want to know something else? You see? 이게 정상이에요. 저거 처음 들어봐요. 이게 아니라 평소에 영어가 그냥 교육용으로 쓰여진 영어 말고 교육용으로 제작된 컨텐츠를 통해서의 영어가 아니라 실제로 영어가 쓰이는 걸 많이 평소에 보시는 분들은 지금 이런 얘기가 다 익숙할 수밖에 없어요. Okay? It's why we cover these things, because it's so commonly used. Well, actually, it's not really a bad thing. It doesn't mean you don't know how to use these phrases. It just means because the translation process is actually not that important. Okay, the reason I'm using this process is just to give you a chance to think in that way. But the most important thing you need to do with this material is to just go through the script with another person as if you were really saying these things and just practice and just repeat it enough times to become familiar with it. That's the most important part. No. That's enough out of you. No. That's enough out of you. No. That's enough out of you. No, that's enough out of you. 뭔가 엄청 익숙하지 않나요? That's enough out of you. 나는 아마 제가 느끼기에는 아마 이걸 지금 보고 들으시면서 들으니까 뭔가 엄청 익숙한 것 같은데 실제로 본인이 써본 적은 한 번도 없었을 것 같아요. I think. Anyway. That's okay. You want to know something else? No. That's enough out of you. 비디오 게임이 요즘 애들에게는 어떤 의미가 있는지. 자, 딱 보면은 뭐 이거는 쉽죠, 그렇죠? You don't understand, you don't know, 그쵸? 뭐 it's because 뭐까지 붙여도 되는데 이번에는 굳이 붙이진 않을 거예요. 근데 맞아요. You don't understand, you don't know. 맞아요. 근데 보세요. 어떤 의미가 있는지 몰라서 그런다. 근데 그쵸? 진짜 모르는 걸 수도 있죠. 근데 저는 이걸 어떻게 상상을 했냐면 일단 해석은 이렇게 해놨는데 저는 이 말을 어떤 식으로 처음에 상상했고 그거를 해석했을 때는 이 정도가 제일 자연스러운 해석이긴 한데 지금 영어는 이러네 하고 이게 좀 흥미로웠어요. 이게 좀 흥미로워서 여러분이 어떻게 반응할지 좀 궁금하네요. 자, 저는 이거를요. 어떻게 해도 좀 의역을 해서 한번 생각해 보자라고 제안하고 싶냐면 You underestimate how much video games mean to kids nowadays. 이거였어요. 제가 처음에 떠오른 문장이 이거였는데 그렇다고 이거를 물론 이거에 더 가깝게 해석을 할 수는 있어요. 이렇게 물론 더 가깝게 근데 그 해석을 놓고 보니까 내가 한국말 할 때는 저렇게 말 안 할 것 같은데 라는 생각이 들었어요. 요즘 애들에게 비디오 게임이 얼마나 큰 의미가 있는지 너가 과소평가하는 거야? 라고 하기에는 글쎄요. 말은 되지만 좀 뭔가 너무 뭔가 한국말을 하는 것 같지는 않았어요. 그래서 그냥 이 정도로 얘기하지 않을까 싶었어요. 비디오 게임이 요즘 애들에게는 어떤 의미가 있는지 네가 잘 몰라서 그래. Okay? You underestimate how much video games mean to kids nowadays. Okay? 어쨌든 이걸로 갈게요. Okay? 그래서 제가 항상 하는 얘기가 이 번역을 하려는 물론 저희가 항상 이거를 할 때 한글부터 이렇게 보고 하고는 있긴 하지만 이게 언젠가는 한국어가 어떻든 간에 그러니까 한국어 문장에서 어떤 단어, 어떤 특정 표현이 썼든 간에 조금 더 항상 폭넓은 시야로 먼저 생각해 버릇하는 게 있어야 돼요. 이 말을 영어로 어떻게 하느냐 아니라 이 상황에서 이런 내용으로 말을 하는데 영어로는 어떻게 하는 게 가장 자연스러울까? 가장 의미 전달이 좋을까? 이런 걸요. 근데 그게 되려면은 영어 자체를 아까도 얘기했지만 영어 자체를 많이 써야 돼요. 많이 보고 많이 듣고 많이 써야 돼요. Okay? You want to know something else? 이것도 마찬가지예요. 아까도 하나 더라는 말 보자마자 one more밖에 안 떠올랐잖아요. 그렇죠? You want to know something else? No. That's enough out of you. You underestimate how much video games mean to kids nowadays. You underestimate how much video games mean to kids nowadays. Jamie, go to your room. I can't believe you just did that. You want to know something else? No, that's enough out of you. You underestimate how much video games mean to kids nowadays. 그들의 문화에 중요한 일보다? 말 되나? 그들의 문화의 중요한 일보다? Does that make sense? 이것도 뭔가 영어스러워. 오케이. 자, 오랜만에 단어를 한번 배워보죠. 지금까지 모르는 단어는 없었죠, 사실. 모르는 단어 있었나? 그러니까 단어 자체를 아예 모르는 단어가 있었나? 뭐 discipline 정도? 지금까지 아예 모르는 단어는 없었죠. 뭐 interfere 이것도 좀 생소하게 느꼈을 수도 있었고. 근데 이렇게 이런 식으로 뭔가 문화에 아주 중요한 어떤 핵심적인 역할을 하는 약간 coop up 이런 거예요. 오케이. alright. 오랜만에 단어 하나 배우죠. 딱 요 맥락 때 많이 쓰이는 저도 사실은 정말 고백을 하자면 이거를 소리로만 알고 있었어요. 한 번도 이걸 스펠링을 쳐보고 정확한 뜻도 모르고 그냥 너무 그냥 culture이라는 말과 너무 그냥 하도 많이 들려서 그냥 이렇게 얘기하면 되겠다는데 사실 I didn't really know the word. 저도 찾아보고 알았어요. 뭐냐? It's an integral part of their culture. It's an integral part of their culture. It's an integral. 저도 이거를 그냥 이렇게 소리로만 알고 있었어요. 이거를 한 번도 그냥 지금까지 많이 들어왔는데 뭐 이런 의미겠지 하고 대충만 알고 있었다가 이번에 이거를 짜면서 처음으로 찾아봤어요. 이게 무슨 뜻일까 하고. Yeah. It's an integral part of their culture. 그렇죠. 뭐 important, essential 뭐 이런 말인 것 같아요. Yeah. So 이게 적분이라고요? Seriously? You underestimate how much video games mean to kids nowadays. It's an integral part of their culture. Oh, really? It's integral. It's an integral part of their culture. 걔를 못하게 하는 건 사회생활에 피해를 줄 수도 있어. 정적분, 부정적분 알려달라고요? 딱 지금 딱 이대로 그대로 챗GPT한테 적으면은요, 그 누구보다도 잘 알려줄 거예요. 아마 너무 잘 알려줘서 공부하고 싶지 않게 만들걸요? 오케이, 일단 저라면은요, 제가 권하는 거는요, 이거를 둘로 나눠서 얘기를 하는 거예요. 있어. 그렇게 생각해 봤어? 약간 이런 식으로요. 오케이? 이렇게 하는 게 자연스럽게 흐르더라고요. So. 자, 못하게 하다. 걔를 못하게 하다. Stop him from doing it. 이 표현 방식 좋은데 stop은 아닐 것 같아요. 왜냐하면 stop이라고 하려면은 하고 있는 상태여야 돼요. 그거를 멈추게 하는 거. 근데 지금 아예 시작도 안 한 상태니까. 그쵸. keep from. 그쵸. keep someone from. 근데 지금 저는 어떻게 이거를 phrasing을 상상을 했냐면 이렇게요. keeping him away from it. keeping him away from it. 이게 주어가 되는 거고. could hurt his social life. 끊고 have you thought of that? You underestimate how much video games mean to kids nowadays. It's an integral part of their culture. Keeping him away from it could hurt his social life. Have you thought of that? 그것도 좋아요. Has it ever occurred to you? 또는 지금 같은 경우는 has that이라고 할 거예요. 내가 방금 한 얘기를 그대로 가져다가 has that ever occurred to you? 뭐 it도 틀린 건 아니지만. You underestimate how much video games mean to kids nowadays. It's an integral part of their culture. Keeping him away from it could hurt his social life. Have you thought of that? 지금 몇 시지? 50분. 시간 딱 맞네요. 오케이. It's my kid. Let me handle being the dad. It's my kid. Let me handle being the dad. 뭐 이것 뭐 이게 아주 중요한 표현은 아니에요. 그냥 여기서 그냥 there are different ways. You can just say let me be the dad. But I'm just going to say let me handle being the dad. Being the dad. Being the dad. Let me handle being the dad. Here, read this. No, thank you. No, it's not just you, SoftBank. A lot of people apparently are experiencing a lot of network issues right now. So it's definitely not just you. Fine, I'll send you the link. Listen, I know you're upset, but please just give it a read. You're going to thank me one day. That's it. Jeez, Greg, just get him the PlayStation. It's driving me crazy. Dad? Oh, that's great. Thanks a lot, Graham. What? Look, I don't expect you to understand what it takes to raise a child, but could you at least not interfere? It's just a PlayStation. What's the big fucking deal? Language, please. Sorry. But come on, look how badly he wants the thing. Hell, I'll pay for it. Is that what you think this is about? I just want to save a few bucks? Can't you see I'm trying to discipline him? It's not like he's asking for his own theme park. It's a PlayStation, for crying out loud. Every kid's got one. Let him live a little. Easy for you to say. It's not your kid's future you have to take responsibility for. What, like you didn't have a Sega Genesis when you were growing up? Look, I get it. You're worried Jamie will be cooped up at home every weekend and turn into some zombie, but Jamie's smarter than that. Right, Jamie? Jamie, go to your room. Ugh. I can't believe you just did that. You want to know something else? No, that's enough out of you. You underestimate how much video games mean to kids nowadays. It's an integral part of their culture. Keeping him away from it could hurt his social life. Have you thought of that? It's my kid. Let me handle being the dad. Here, read this. No, thank you. Fine, I'll send you the link. Listen, I know you're upset, but please just give it a read. You're going to thank me one day. Jeez, Greg, just get him the PlayStation. It's driving me crazy. Dad? Oh, that's great. Thanks a lot, Graham. What? Look, I don't expect you to understand what it takes to raise a child, but could you at least not interfere? It's just a PlayStation. What's the big fucking deal? Language, please. Sorry. But come on. Look how badly he wants the thing. Hell, I'll pay for it. Is that what you think this is about? I just want to save a few bucks? Can't you see I'm trying to teach him some discipline? It's not like he's asking for his own theme park. It's a PlayStation, for crying out loud. Every kid's got one. Let him live a little. Easy for you to say. It's not your kid's future you have to take responsibility for. What, like you didn't have a Sega Genesis when you were growing up? Look, I get it. You worry Jamie will be cooped up at home every weekend and turn into some zombie, but Jamie's smarter than that. Right, Jamie? Jamie, go to your room. Can't believe you just did that. You want to know something else? No, that's enough out of you. You underestimate how much video games mean to kids nowadays. It's an integral part of their culture. Keeping him away from it could hurt his social life. Have you thought of that? It's my kid. Let me handle being the dad. Here, read this. No, thank you. Fine, I'll send you the link. Listen, I know you're upset, but please just give it a read. You're going to thank me one day. 이런 식의 sarcastic하게 response를 하는 거. 정말 안 좋은 일이 있을 때, oh, fantastic, oh, that's great. 이렇게 하는 게 굉장히 영어스러운 것 같아요, I think. So I think it's important for us to keep that in mind because we don't often do that, but they do that a lot. So there is room for misinterpretation, okay? 해석이 잘못될 여지가 많이 있죠. 그렇죠? 그 상황에 있더라도. Okay? 왜냐면 that's great 하는 순간에 뭔가 무조건 이건 좋은 일로만 우리가 받아들일 수가 있는데 안 그런 경우도 굉장히 많아요. Okay? They do this a lot. 얘네들은 이렇게 많이 해요. Oh, that's great. Thanks a lot, Graham. Okay? In a sarcastic way. What? Look, I don't expect you to understand. 아마 뭐 많이 쓸 일은 없을 것 같긴 한데. So it's kind of a condescending thing to say. But they're friends, so I thought that was very natural. So look, I don't expect you to understand what it takes to raise a child, but could you at least not interfere? What it takes to do something. 이게 아이를 키우려면은 어떠한 그런 노력과 그런 희생이 드는지 이런 얘기이긴 한데 직역으로 보면 이게 의역이 돼서 얼마나 힘든지 물론 how hard it is 좋아요. 근데 어쩌면 그래서 많은 분들이 이 what it takes 라는 이 표현을 그래서 배울 기회를 좀 놓치는 것 같아요. 왜냐면 좀 더 우리말을 하는 거에 더 가까운 방식으로 다른 표현들이 있기 때문에 how hard it is, how difficult it is, 그렇죠? 그래서 한번 그런 식의 좀 뭐랄까 just to keep an open mind, okay? In terms of what kind of expressions you can use. So I don't expect you to understand what it takes to raise a child, but could you at least not interfere? It's just a PlayStation. What's the big fucking deal? Language, please. Sorry, but come on. Look how badly he wants the thing. Okay? 얼마나 그걸 심각하게 원하는지. Hell, I'll pay for it. 까짓 거 뭐 내가 돈 낼게. 내가 사줄게. 그 까짓 거라는 거를 약간 이렇게 hell로 표현한다는 거. Hell, I'll pay for it. Is that what you think this is about? 이것도 의역이 굉장히 많이 됐었죠. 내가 그래서 이러고 있는 건 줄 알아? 내가 그래서 지금 내가 그러고 있는 건 줄 알아? 그런 얘기죠. Is that what you think this is about? I just want to save a few bucks. Can't you see? 이거 뭐 기본적인 거죠. Can't you see I'm trying to teach him some discipline? It's not like he's asking for his own theme park. It's a PlayStation for crying. 뭐 다른 것도 아니고 그냥 이거일 뿐인데. It's a PlayStation for crying out loud. Every kid's got one. Let him live a little. Easy for you to say. 야, 넌 그렇게 말하는 게 쉽지. Easy for you to say. It's not your kid's future you have to take responsibility for. What? Like 이것도 꽤 중요한 것 같아요. Okay? 넌 아니랬어? 넌 어렸을 때 아니랬어? 약간 이런 식으로 얘기를 하는 그럴 때 what? Like you didn't have a Sega Genesis when you were growing up? Look, I get it. You're worried Jamie will be cooped up at home every weekend and turn into some zombie, but Jamie's smarter than that. So again, when you say that someone is smarter than that, it means that they are smart enough to avoid making a stupid decision or a bad decision. Okay? So, but Jamie's smarter than that. Right, Jamie? Jamie, go to your room. I can't believe you just did that. You want to know something else? No, that's enough out of you. You underestimate how much video games mean to kids nowadays. It's an integral part of their culture. Keeping him away from it could hurt his social life. Have you thought of that? It's my kid. Let me handle being a dad. Here, read this. No, thank you. Fine, I'll send it to you. Listen, I know you're upset, but please just give it a read. You're going to thank me one day. Okay. You're going to thank me one day. Some expressions that are worth keeping note of. You underestimate how much it's an integral part of. Something could hurt his social life. 이것도 아마 이런 식으로 phrasing 하는 거. 무엇이 무엇에 피해를 주다. 어떤 그 사회생활에 피해를 주다라는 식의 얘기를 이렇게 hurt를 써서 하는 거. 이것도 아마 좀 신경 써서 이렇게 그거를 배우려고 하지 않으면은 잘 기억이 안 남을 거예요. Have you thought of that? Keeping away from it. 못하게 누구를 무엇을 못하게 하는 거. 이것도 I think this is kind of an interesting way of phrasing that. Simple, so it's very useful, but so something to take note of. That's enough out of you. It's like basically saying, shut up. Shut up. That's enough out of you. You want to know something else? 뭐 하나 더 얘기해 줄까? You want to know something else? 뭐 no 대신에 hear라고 해도 you want to hear something else? I can't believe you just did that. 이것도 은근히 yeah. 뭐 정말 쉬운 것 같지만 막상 그 상황에서 이렇게 말을 꺼내서 할 생각을 전혀 못할 수가 있어요. 좀 신경 써서 이런 것도 기억해두면 좋겠죠. Can't believe 너 어떻게 그럴 수가 있냐? 약간 이런 거죠. 너 어떻게 그럴 수가 있어? I can't believe you just did that. Cooped up in terms of Jamie's smarter than that. Jamie's smarter than that. What? Like you didn't have a Sega Genesis when you were growing up? Take responsibility for. Easy for you to say. It's not your kid's future you have to take responsibility for. It's not your kid's future you have to be worried about. I think this kind of sentence structure is worth reviewing later. It's not like he's asking for his own theme park. It's a PlayStation for crying out loud. Yeah, okay, I think it's kind of useful. Let him live a little. 어떤 영화였는지 기억은 안 난다. 근데 그 상황은 좀 기억이 나는 것 같아요. I think there was a movie, I really don't remember what the movie was, but there was this character in the movie. I think he was a doctor, and he has spent many years doing some really shady stuff, perhaps maybe writing fake prescriptions for someone to access like dangerous drugs maybe, and he's been doing that for a while, and he never really took advantage of that I think he always he always kept himself under the radar by not spending a lot of money. But then I don't exactly remember, but and then at some point he was talking to someone and he expressed his desire to spend some of the money that he made on the side by doing those illegal things. And I think the line he said was, "I want to live a little. I want to live a little." I think that's what he said. And by saying that, what he meant was, I want to use some of the money that I made illegally. I want to live a little. Yeah, I think I just suddenly remember that. I have no idea what movie it's from. Look how badly he wants the thing. Okay. Hell. I think this is important to keep in mind. And language, please. Just translation was a big fucking deal. I don't expect you to understand. Okay. It's not really very, very useful, but I think it's worth remembering. But could you at least not? I think this is a very, it's a structure. It's not really a phrase, but this kind of structure it looks easy, looks really simple, but it's the kind of thing that would be very hard for you to come up with on your own. So could you at least do this? Could you at least do that? Okay, that's it. Jeez, Greg, just get into PlayStation. It's driving me crazy. Dad? Oh, that's great. Thanks a lot, Graham. What? Look, I don't expect you to understand what it takes to raise a child, but could you at least not interfere? It's just a PlayStation. What's the big fucking deal? Language, please. Sorry, but come on. Look how badly he wants the thing. Hell, I'll pay for it. Is that what you think this is about? I just want to save a few bucks? Can't you see I'm trying to teach him some discipline? It's not like he's asking for his own theme park. It's a PlayStation, for crying out loud. Every kid's got one. Let him live a little. Easy for you to say. It's not your kid's future you have to take responsibility for. What? Like you didn't have a Sega Genesis when you were growing up? Look, I get it. You're worried Jamie will be cooped up at home every weekend and turn into some zombie, but Jamie's smarter than that. Right, Jamie? Jamie, go to your room. I can't believe you just did that. You want to know something else? No, that's enough out of you. You underestimate how much video games mean to kids nowadays. It's an integral part of their culture. Keeping him away from it could hurt his social life. Have you thought of that? It's my kid. Let me handle being the dad. Here, read this. No, thank you. Fine, I'll send you the link. Listen, I know you're upset, but please just give it a read. You're going to thank me one day. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I understand, Green Pope. Yeah, I know there's a lot of... So what do you guys think? Do you guys think that we should at least try? I don't know. Are you guys like... I guess it really comes down to how frustrated and annoyed you guys are with the internet issue. Do you think we should at least try it? Yeah, shady stuff is 수상한 거, yeah. Usually something related to illegal stuff. It's okay, not bad. A lot of people had it really bad today. A lot of people had it very, very bad today. So I'm really kind of concerned about that. Like the stability it really isn't what it used to be. It used to be a lot better than these past several weeks. Maybe you should try streaming on both platforms to see how it will work. That could be kind of interesting. YouTube. So it wasn't a problem on YouTube's end. What NJ is saying? That's kind of what I'm guessing as well. I don't think it's a problem on YouTube's end. It seems like it's like an internet speed stability issue with some of the internet providers or some households maybe. I don't really know. So Pearson, you didn't really have, but I think you were complaining about some. No, I can't keep track, obviously. Okay. 에이솜님 되게 오랜만에 오신 것 같은데 아닌가? Feel like it's been a while since we saw you in the chat. Okay. All right. I'm getting really hungry now. Okay. So, wow. I've been streaming for 3.5 hours? Cool. Cool. Is anybody keeping track of like how long we stream each time? Like this has got to be one of the longest streams we had, right? 3.5 hours. I'm looking at the clock right. It's exactly 3 hours and 28 minutes and 32 seconds, 33 seconds, 34 seconds. It's pretty long. There's a lot of buffering, but I managed. Huh. Sir, do you have your favorite pop song to make people feel energetic? To I really don't know. Yes. It's not exactly a pop song. Can it be a rock song? Oh yeah, a lot of buffering today. If you hover over at the beginning of the stream, it says how long. Wow, okay. Whoa, that's great. It's amazing, actually. Didn't have any issues? Okay. Sona, I'm just out of curiosity, what internet service provider are you with? 클럽에서 얘기한 거예요? Live a little? 처음엔 그래미 아이가 없어서 저렇게 말 안 했는데 대화를 듣고 보니 두 사람 입장 다 이해가요. Oh, really? Okay, that's great. That's kind of what I was hoping for. That was kind of what I was hoping for. 손님 준비를 집중 못했죠 오늘. Oh, okay. Cool. All right. Oh, you mean, okay, so the amount of material we have today, okay. Started 3 hours ago. Yeah. Rock. Okay, so if you feel like you need something to cheer you up, if you're, I don't know, if you're feeling down or if you're feeling shitty, one rock song that I would recommend is, in my case, I love the song The Great Southern Trendkill. The Great Southern Trendkill. It's something that every time I hear it, I feel like I can punch through a concrete wall. You know what I mean? That's how I feel every time I hear that song. I feel like I've become like the Hulk or something. And yeah, me too. I use KT. So that's the song. Or something like there's a song called Redneck by a band named Lamb of God. Lamb of God. Hey, that's a nice sounding band name, right? It's not threatening at all. And they have a song called Redneck, and that's something that I really enjoy as well. Oh, okay, so Great Southern Trendkill. Great Southern Trendkill. I highly recommend this song. It's by Pantera. And also there is Redneck by, and this is, yeah, it's Redneck. It's by a band called Lamb of God. Yeah. So I highly recommend those two. It'll, yeah, it'll give you the proper push you may need. I mean, speaking of, I should probably go and give it a listen. It's been a while, so okay. All right, so I should probably go ahead and copy and paste all this into the description section, right? Whoop, sorry about that. Yeah. All right, that's it. That's it, guys. Thanks for tuning in today. Remember, anytime we have a material that is in the form of a dialogue, the best way to make use of it is to pair up with someone else, maybe a partner. I mean, preferably someone who also wants to practice English as much as you do, and just go through the script, change roles, go through the script many times, repeat it as many times as you can. And I mean, ideally, enough times that you can just go through the script without even looking at the script, basically memorizing it. And remember, when you're actually reading through the lines, make it sound like you actually mean it. Like, put yourself in the speaker's shoes, imagine the situation, imagine how you would feel saying that, and try to think about, like, what kind of person is Graham? What kind of person is Greg? And try to kind of bring their character out as you go through the script. And so, because, you know, when you're actually speaking in real life, a lot of emotion goes into what you're saying. And so I think it's good to incorporate that kind of practice into your, you know, into your daily practice, right? So anyway, thanks for spending time with me and tuning in. Have a great rest of your night, and I'll see you guys hopefully very soon in the next live stream or in the next lesson video. Have a great rest of your evening. Cheers. I'll do that right now.